All right, and we are live. So welcome back to the channel. We are recording episode 7 tonight, a whole episode 7. So for all 40 subscribers that we have now, and now we actually just hit 200 followers on our Instagram. I don't know if you saw that or not.
That's fantastic.
We're getting there. So people are starting to watch the content, and even yesterday's podcast is starting to pick up some views. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. If you like the content, even if you don't like it, you just want to help us grow the channel, we appreciate it if you just like and subscribe.
That's right.
So
we just need your money, please.
Yeah. Well, we're not making any money yet. So, but maybe one day, maybe with your support, maybe we can get to a point where we can gift you a cig if you come on the show. We'll see.
Oh, I can gift you a gun if you want right now.
Oh yeah,
It's a high
I'll
point.
take a gun.
It's a high point.
Dude, death pop right now.
Tonight we have Kyle Halling. He's a guest of Sal there in Sal's studio. So Kyle, welcome. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Sal to kind of make some introductions there. But we appreciate you being on.
Yep, appreciate it.
So welcome everybody to episode 7. I'm here with Kyle Halling. We're located right now in Arizona in an undisclosed location, top secret. But
Sal's house.
That's my house, my garage. I have an interesting guest here, Kyle Halling. He is a Montana native, a plug-in from there into Arizona, has a vast history of just a wealth of knowledge and a history of service to his community, his country, and we applaud that and we appreciate him being here today. He's here to share his story, which is I think is a really great one. It's what I believe to be like the American what do you want to call it, Ryan? Like that American dream.
The American Patriot.
Yeah, Captain America is sitting right next to me, and I love it. No, I'm just kidding.
He looks like Chris Kyle.
Oh, I know.
I get that all the time.
So when I first came in, I had to do a credentials check on him, and I was just like, hey, let's make sure that you're the guy before I let you in too.
So I'm not gonna lie, like whenever I opened the studio up, you were out of frame and it was just him. I was like, fuck, I'm intimidated already.
So I know Kyle through a mutual friendships, some former relationships that we've had with other people, and then kind of an affinity for fitness, enthusiasm, and also Motorhead type deals.
Yeah.
And then we got to just kind of knowing each other from the gym. I think we always kind of looked at each other like, okay.
It's like, who's that douche?
Like, who's that dickhead right now just out squatting me right now?
Why is he in Ranger panties?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's me right there. Yeah. So everyone's usually like, who the fuck is that guy? Until they meet me, and then they're like, all right.
No, I saw that. I thought that was like refreshing. I was like, oh, finally someone's wearing some normal shorts.
Fantastic. Yeah. Above the knee, dude.
Yeah.
That's how you got to rock it. So without further ado, guys, this is Kyle. He's already spoke. You guys have heard him. He looks like Chris a little bit. But,
Chris Kyle.
But not to be confused with Chris Kyle, guys. We're not saying that.
No.
But Kyle, I'm going to toss it over to you. So give us a little bit of an introduction to who you are.
Who I am?
Yeah.
Kyle. I'm from Montana. I grew up in Montana my whole life. I was born and raised there. I grew up in a really loving home, and I had a really good childhood and a lot of love, safety. I had, just really good parents and nothing to complain about. And I kind of fucked off a lot as a kid and didn't really know what direction I wanted to go. And I was able to do that because I was so spoiled. I was kind of on that fine line of like losing direction. And then, luckily my dad was the strong parent. He kind of kept me on.
Kind of like a man's man.
Yeah. He was a good dad, but he just like, don't make him mad, So like that kind of kept me there. And, so I attribute, a lot of who I am today from, my parents and the way they raised me. And and they, that is just because I was able to make good decisions on my own. And so
I love that you talked about your parents there because not to segue, I love hearing stories about great Americans who create great Americans.
Yeah.
My parents made a terrible American. The great Americans that created a terrible American.
No, my parents.
Sometimes it works in the inverse too. Yeah.
No, yeah. So, what's Montana like?
It's awesome.
Is it like what you see in the movies?
Yeah, it's better.
Like the river runs through it with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's Missoula. Yeah.
So
Yeah, they need to stop making movies about it though, because people keep moving there, and
Yeah, it's
getting
going to
really
ruin it pretty soon.
Yeah, yeah.
so what are the expensive parts of living in Montana?
Just the real estate now.
Yeah.
Just recently, within like the last few years since COVID,
Yeah.
mostly. Yeah, you just got a couple like Bozeman, Bozeman, Montana, Whitefish or Kalispell area is really expensive.
What is it? Where's the biggest university? Is that Bozeman or is that?
So yeah, Bozeman is MSU. That's Montana State University. That's a big one. And then they're both D1 schools. And then you have Missoula that has the Grizzlies.
Okay.
And yeah, Missoula is another really expensive place.
Go Grizzlies! If anybody's watching.
You know, I was actually surprised. I was in Billings. I flew into Billings in July time period. I was on a trip out there, and we cut over into Wyoming. We went to Bighorn National Park. But when I flew into Billings, I was surprised that I was like, man, there's meth heads out here.
Oh yeah, Billings.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's meth heads outside of Arizona.
Oh dude, there's so many meth heads up there,
Especially
in Billings.
I bet you think the hippies go out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of hippies out there.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I like the hippies though. They're cool.
They're trying
Hippies are cool. I dig
trying
hippies.
to take advantage of like the system a little bit, or like
Them?
Are they like the kind that like are they at like Yellowstone National Park and like
No, they're pretty cool, man. They're just like they want to enjoy nature, and they really appreciate like the area, and like they have a lot of respect for it. And
that's nice.
They're kind of out, they're out there. They're just you know how hippies are. They
eccentric.
They kind of yeah, exactly. But no, I really actually enjoy the hippies a lot. I like them. I like them more than like a lot of other people.
I just don't like the patchouli, Ryan. I don't know about you, but like that weird funky smell that like like those oils for me.
Oh yeah,
like they douse themselves.
I'm kind of a hippie, dude. I'm a little bit of a hippie.
No, no, you bathe, brother. Like, are we talking about the bathing hippies, or are you talking about the unbathing hippies?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't get that close to them, I think, but
no, I think what he means is just the hippies that are out there just living their best lives. Trying to live a free life as much as possible.
Nomadic life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and go where they want to.
I think it's just like a lifestyle thing. Like, they like to go on the river. They like to hike a lot. They dress a certain way. Like my girlfriend's pretty hippie too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Because
always
full disclosure, I always wanted to live in a yurt, get a concrete slab, build a yurt, and kind of just live there, grow my own food.
I don't know what a yurt is, Ryan.
It's like
It was one of those, yeah.
Teepee?
No, not really. It's just like a round structure, and like it'll have you can have hardwood floors in there. You can have rooms set, but it's like a canvas outer and even canvas top, right? Mm-hmm. And you can put up the liners in to insulate them. You can run the stoves in them. It's kind of like just like a big ass military tent, except you live in it.
Yeah, they have one up at Snowbowl in Flagstaff on Ski Hill. Yeah, halfway down the mountain's a bar.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
That's it.
No, I think they don't live in yurts, but no, they're fine. But
I've always wanted to live off the land, and I don't know if you would call me a hippie, but I kind of just want to be a mountain man. Like get a small piece of like land, maybe quarter acre in the middle of nowhere, maybe like a little dirt road that leads up to my plot, and then just kind of have like an iron stove or like a pellet stove style, and like kind of.
Yeah, I think I see the draw to that, but if you're gonna do that up there, you better fucking know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you better really know what you're doing.
Hopefully, I'd probably take some classes on survival. Like maybe like some like Sears schools or something like that, just to like learn how to live off fat of land and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, get a greenhouse or something. There's people that do it. Too.
Yeah, I've always looked into. I haven't looked into that, but I've always thought that was like really cool that when people do that. But I mean, like, I think that time's passed. Honestly, I think that there's not many places that you could go and just do that. No. Like, I think it's probably all corporation like owned land, or it's BLM or something like that, and it's just kind of
that's kind of what's coming down to now.
Yeah.
How cold does it get in Montana now?
It depends on the year. I haven't been up there in the winter in a while, but when I was growing up, it was negative 40.
Yeah, so it's like kind of like New York, upstate New York, where we used to live. Maybe negative 47. But it's like, is that wind chill factor, or is that just no chill, or like no wind?
I don't know. Once it gets that cold, I don't really care. It's like it's negative 40 is negative 40.
Well,
it's all the same.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how when I used to live in New York, I mean, negative 47, it was like the coldest I ever saw it during the seasons, like this, like winter season. But then like 40 degrees would hit, and I would be like shirt off.
Yeah.
And like in the sun trying to grab a tan and like be like, oh fuck, the sun is finally coming out a bit.
40 degrees. I guess I'm a baby. I don't know. 40 degrees, negative 40, I'm freezing.
No, it's just so weird. Like, but how long does it last? How long does the winter?
It just depends. Like it doesn't last. It's always different every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's completely unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, this is a snow time. It's like, oh, well, it could be, middle of June and you get a snowstorm.
What's the big business out there in Montana? Like, how do people make their money? Or like, is it just like a big city?
No, they're pretty small. Like Billings is the biggest city in Montana. I think they got probably like 130,000 people maybe now.
It's amazing. You say 130,000 like it's a big city. That's
Yeah. Well, it used to be way smaller when I was living there. Like Helena, I lived in the capital, Helena, and growing up, it was like 30,000 people.
Oh wow.
I think now it's like 60. But like a lot of state jobs up there.
So it's like here.
Yeah. Oh, this town?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot more to do.
Over there?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, we're kind of limited out here a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about like as far as like retail stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
We definitely don't have that much over here.
No.
So you grew up in Montana, and then what age did you end up leaving Montana?
18.
18. So what sparked the move?
I was broke as fuck, and I was living in my buddy's basement. My parents had just got divorced.
Oh, okay. I'm
and
sorry.
No, but my mom went down to Nevada, and me and my dad were living in the house together by ourselves without my mom being that buffer. And 18 is too much testosterone, and so I ended up moving out for a while and was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I had no idea and just broke. Just tired of being broke.
Yeah.
And like called my mom, like, I need some money.
Help me.
Yeah, and I just like that one time I called her for money, like I was like, I feel like such a piece of shit.
Well, I applaud you for thinking that way, just saying like, hey, like most of the youth these days, Ryan, that it's refreshing to hear that, but like most of the youth these days are just they don't have that mentality of saying like, I feel like shit right now, asking for a handout, especially if I haven't done much.
Yeah, I felt like shit being broke too.
Yeah, well, fuck, there's that.
And my brother was in the Navy, so
Okay.
that was like I was like, well, I'm just gonna do what he did.
Okay, so then who'd you reach out? Did you reach out to your brother too?
No, I just went right down to the recruiter.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even tell my brother. I didn't even tell my dad. I didn't tell anybody.
So recruiter down in
Helena.
In Helena?
Yeah.
And what was that like?
So I went in and I didn't know what I was. He's like, "What do you want to? Do you know what you want to do?" And it's like, I don't. I saw, the wall. They had the EOD, like the SEALs. They had the SART guys. They had SWCC, and I was like, well, I want to do like SEALs if I'm going to do something.
Fuck yeah.
I don't want to do some stupid job,
Right.
and be stuck on a boat.
Yeah.
And so he's like, so he told me the whole deal, like what I needed to do, and so I take a little ASVAB test, the pre-ASVAB test.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I scored pretty high on it. And so he was trying to convince me to go over to, it's called a nuke, and they work on the reactors on the subs and the
Oh fuck.
and the carrier. And I was like, no.
I'm from Helena, and I'm not playing with fucking nuclear shit.
Well, I was like, that sounds no. And so anyway, he hooked me up with so every month. When once you go through MEPS, you sign. If you go through MEPS every month, if you want to go into one of these spec war programs, you have to get contracted to go do it. You have to pass the PST. So
right.
There's a dive motivator that comes from the Navy every month with all the people in the delayed entry program to test them. And so I was in the program for 6 months before I and you have to have competitive times.
Sure. So
start out. Barely, maybe beat it a little bit, but beat it, and then you get to progressively get better.
Right.
If you get any worse, you could potentially lose your contract, but they will sign you to a contract.
Sure.
And I did that for 6 months, and I went off to boot camp, and but the rest is history. Yeah, just so I had to beat the shit out of myself and get in shape. Yeah, before I even went to.
So were you a little guy before? Because right now you're pretty stout. But before, when you first joined up,
I was 165, so it wasn't tiny.
Right, but were you kind of like a farmhand build?
I I think I'm like same build. I don't know.
Okay. So, I mean, so like you were ready for something, you know?
Yeah, I was in shape. Like I was athletic.
Okay.
Yeah, I snowboarded and I did jujitsu.
Okay.
I started doing jujitsu. So I was in shape.
So what year was all this?
When I went in,
Like when you went down to the recruiting depot?
11. Yeah, because I
2011?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But were you dead set on the Navy already? That was already where you made your mind up?
Yeah. Yeah. This is like SEALs. I'm going to do that. And my brother was in the Navy, so that helped. So
was your brother in like a spec warfare?
no, he was he was adopted. Like,
Okay.
For real. So he was a hull technician.
Okay.
But he has a very, very successful career in the Navy. He just retired last spring, 20 years.
Did you say a hull technician or a hull technician?
Hull, yeah. Like a boat hull. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. It's like engineering.
Sure.
And stuff. Welder.
Yeah. Structural.
I'm not really sure exactly what they do, but something like that.
They do something productive, I guess. Mm-hmm. That's cool. I mean, so you knocked out 20 years, but I think that's awesome. We want to say thank you for your service. If you're ever going to listen to this, what's his name? Troy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Troy.
Thank you, Troy, for being a bit of an influence here on our guest, Kyle. So 2011, you're signing up. You just been accepted, and then how did you break it down to your family?
I didn't tell. I can't remember how. Someone posted something. I think the recruiter posted something on Facebook, and like someone on my family saw it. Like I think Heather, my older sister Heather, might have seen it because she had been following the page because of my older brother. And then she told my dad, and my dad calls me. He's like, "Did you join the Navy?" I was like, "Yeah." Yeah.
And, that's wild, man.
Yeah. And so, but he was happy. He's proud of me.
Was he?
So,
That's awesome. So then, what was the first stop? So
Great Lakes.
Great Lakes. What is that?
Illinois.
Yep. Yeah, Chicago, right? Like close to.
Yep. Just the basic training. But everyone that was contracted through either EOD, SWCC, BUDS, SARC went into a separate division than all the other people. We were kind of kept together.
Right.
And so you did the same training as those guys. Only difference is that we did swimming in the morning. Like we do a little pool stuff in the morning. But other than that, we just did all the same stuff. Generic boot camp stuff that they did.
How long was that process?
8 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 weeks.
And then did you go to a tech school thereafter?
No, so after that, after boot camp, we went right across the street to BUDS Prep. So they just call it BUDS Prep for everyone. It's like a preparatory school for the next step.
Right.
And so just kind of like to get you ready for what you need to get ready for. And so you go to there, and then that's another 8-week program.
Yeah.
Then you go to Coronado afterwards.
Okay.
And then in doc for 2 weeks. And then, selection, training, qualification.
So I was never... I never had the chance to go to do anything like that outside of just like my basic training and then just like some schools and like that were pretty hard in the military. But I lost my ride to go to a special warfare type job. But I've always kind of wondered, like, you see what you see on TV and people always like during interviews are like, oh, it's like some of the hardest shit. Like how hard was it?
It's pretty hard.
Yeah. Like what is going through your mind at the time? Like when you first get there and you're out of the 8 weeks and then you're like right there at that, was it BUDS Prep?
Prep wasn't horrible. They were just, that was more like trying to get you like really used to like your feet being in fins all the time because that's really hard on your ankles.
Yeah.
I wish they would have had us like do the boats on head.
Yeah.
That would have been really helpful, but they didn't do any of that there.
Yeah, it's strong shoulders, but not strong ankles.
Yeah, just that's a different game. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of went into it just not really trying to expect anything. I was just like, I know this is not going to be fun.
Did you study up anything before going in? Like, did you like inquire about what it was that you were going to do, or you just kind of said?
No, the dive motivator, like through the delayed entry program, like he kind of gave us just a basic
rundown.
Yeah, but it's just like it doesn't really matter what you say or what you try to figure out. Like if you're gonna make it or you're not. That's it. Yeah, it's like there's really nothing you can do. Besides physically, like that's probably the best thing you could do is just physically if you can physically get yourself capable to do that, like that, it makes everything else easier for sure.
It's got to be like a lot of team building as well. Like it's like probably
definitely
kind of like it's not done by yourself. It's done as a team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you feel it, like you know, like the the buds guys, they they got the logs, the PT logs. Like we had mooring lines that were knotted up. Mooring lines were just freaking heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, so if one guy's not putting in the effort or carrying the weight, like doing his part, like
you could feel it.
It just gets distributed amongst the other guys, and and it's also like the in that then in BCS and BCT through that pipeline, like with the team guys, you get a shitload of there's a lot of recruits that go in there. Like there's way fewer of us, so like they really can single you out. Like they're really watching. They catch everything.
They know. They know if you're faking the funk.
Yeah.
That's fucking
You can't get away with anything. Not even for a second. Like it's way easier.
So did they have a bell that you could go and ring if you wanted to quit?
Yeah.
So that's true.
Yeah, they take it everywhere with you.
Really?
Goes everywhere.
So did you have like one of those numbers on your helmet and everything? You remember your number at all?
I don't.
I don't know. I can't. Dude, for the life of me, I cannot remember.
I can't remember people. Dude,
I can't remember my number for air assault. Like I think it was like 246 or something like that. But I just cannot remember my number.
No, I just blanked that part out of my mind pretty much. Just
yeah.
But I kind of thrive in those environments when, like, I'm being told what to do. Like it's just like mindless for me. So then when it's mindless for me, I just go out. I'm done. So.
Okay. How much of it was mental versus how much of it was physical?
It's a lot of mental for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why I was like more successful at it, because I was definitely more mentally strong than I was physically strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the guys that have the edge there, like the guys who are runners or they're wrestlers or they did some kind of like really
Condition.
some
conditioning.
conditioning. Yeah, like through their whole life. Those guys do like a lot better. Because it's not only are you like being physically beaten up, they say the mental part, like, oh, you're mentally getting past the physical. Like, you're not only mentally getting past like the physical strain you're getting put through. You're mentally getting past like having to keep your room clean and keep your uniform up, and keep your like you have to pass tests and
detailed tasks.
Yeah, it's just like you have to actually work your brain, like use your brain.
And how crazy is the fog of it? Like
the training,
like the physical fog of like.
Oh, being that exhausted?
They get that exhausted, that level of exhaustion. And
I don't like it. It's not my favorite thing. It's actually probably one of my least favorite things in the world. Yeah.
What's it like?
Just dizzy and...
Yeah. Just exhausted.
Yeah. I feel like you're going to die.
Shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Have you ever felt like that outside of...
No.
Of that?
No.
Okay.
Never.
And did you know that you were capable of such capabilities during that level of fatigue, or was it like
yeah, definitely. Like it's just pretty much like I'm not gonna go into the fleet. I'm not gonna do some stupid shit job. I'm either gonna do this or like I'm gonna die. They're gonna have to like force me out of here.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I think you need to have that mentality to do something that's strenuous, to say like, hey, like you better know. You better have your wits about you, but you better know why you're here, and you'll be locked in to say that.
Oh, you have to be locked in. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Definitely.
So, getting past that. So to confirm, you were a part of the SWCC team, and then what does the SWCC stand for?
Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
Okay, so
SWCC.
You're the guys on the boats, those little rubber boats.
Yeah, the Mark Fives. Those are bigger ones, and then you have the rip boats. Okay. And then there's a couple other platforms. Like I was never on boats like after I got out because we were more forward deployed.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about it, but it's like you said, it's a lot smaller than what like I had on a platoon or.
Yeah, well, so we have our structure was so you get done with CQT, and then you do like your training after that, like just depending on what direction you're going inside the teams, and then you get put on your team, and so you're part of Group 4. Group 4 is, so you have 3 SWCC teams, one in Virginia, one in California, and then one in Mississippi, and then that's Group 4, those 3 SWCC teams. That's Naval Special Warfare Group 4. And then in the SWCC team, so my team was SBT 20, Special Boat Team 20. We were in Little Creek, Virginia, and inside our team, I think there's like 200 guys on the team, and then we have...
and that's 10 a big ass team.
Yeah, we have 10 to 15 man detachments inside that. So
okay,
but there's only 600 dudes in all of SWCC.
Now you had said like when you're forward deployed, you weren't on a boat. Like what do you do when you're not on a boat? Like how does that work?
Yeah, so we're like embedded with SEALs and anyone part of JSOC SOCOM. So CSAR, Recon.
So they cross train you in something else?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. Ever since the war on terror,
Yeah.
there are those guys that do that, but those guys are mostly like on the West Coast that do like the real riverine stuff. But yeah, a lot of the team, Team 2 out of Little Creek, like they are always deployed in Afghanistan.
Oh shit.
So we're
So
them. And Iraq.
So like a lot of teams are, or should I say, like you guys' specialty is the water, of course, right? But like you guys also have the ability to
Yeah, anywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Same thing. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
So, like I'll say, like in the Army, like there's 5th Special Forces Group here, right? Like each one of the Special Forces groups has a region that they are responsible for.
Same thing.
Is the Navy the same way? So, like 5th Group here, all those guys speak like Farsi and stuff like that because they're responsible for the Middle East. But did you have training in any languages? Like, what area were you responsible for?
Yeah, we were Middle East, like desert, Middle East area. That was our, and then I think like guys on the West Coast or like South America area. Then there's, I think there's a team in Kentucky, a SEAL team in Kentucky that's like is responsible for like Africa and.
Oh wow.
I don't really know where those I don't know exactly where those guys are all, but
I think they're Alabama, but the 7th Special Forces Group is down in they cover Central America because I was with those guys down in Honduras for a bit.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really do much of the like boat stuff, so
right on.
I was fine with that.
Yeah,
it's boats are really loud and those guns aren't fun, but that's how I got into the diesel mechanic thing was. Because on the boats, like you have to have a guy who knows how to work on the engines of the boats, and he's the engineer for the boat. So
for the team.
That was kind of like my segue into the oil fields.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many years did you do with
6.
the Navy? 6 years.
Yeah.
And then you retired as a E6.
Yeah.
A petty officer first class.
First class.
Damn. See, look at that. My short-term memories. It's all right.
So I might throw this out there for all the viewers. Like we rehearsed that beforehand. Like,
See, I did. I did. I didn't want to disrespect our guest, and I appreciate his service. So thank you.
Yeah, put some respect on him.
Definitely. Well, this is the first time we've had anybody of your caliber on that's been through something like that. So I appreciate you coming on here for that. And speaking of it, any tours overseas?
Yeah, 2 in Afghanistan, Kabul, and then I did Fallujah.
Fallujah, okay.
Camp Fallujah.
How was that?
Hot.
I bet it got you prepared for Havasu or what?
No, and there's nothing you can do to get prepare for that heat or this heat here.
What was the hottest it ever got out there?
It was like 125. It's like the same as here, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's horrible.
So what in Afghanistan? Where were you guys deployed at? Like RC
Bagram.
What is that? Is that RC East?
That's RC East, yeah.
Yeah. So
Is that what you guys call it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're in Bagram, based out of there. But how isn't it crazy? Because like people don't understand like why I feel so comfortable out here, and why I chose this place. But like
very similar.
Isn't it fucking similar?
Yeah.
Like Ryan,
As I tell people about Afghanistan, I was like, it's not what you it might get. It's and there's parts of it that look like my home, Montana.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like when people say like, well, because I was RC South. So I was stationed out of Kandahar, and then we were down this place called Bagapool. But to me,
Bagapool.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Did you know that place?
Nope.
Fucking shit box, bro. But like where I was there, like when I first dropped into Havasu for my law enforcement career, like I was like, yeah, I was like, oh shit, I'm back. Like it fucking felt, and I was like, well, I feel actually pretty comfortable here. Like, okay, I don't have people shooting at me here, but
That's good. Yeah. Well, me not yet.
Well, yeah. No, that ended up happening. But no. But yeah, like so. When I tell people about Afghanistan, I'm like, it's actually a lot like this,
Right.
Or at least where I was stationed, But you do have mountain terrain and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Minus the scheduled prayer times.
Oh, dude, I'm actually starting that. I'm gonna start and put a loudspeaker and start throwing prayer out there since New York started that. Like, I just piss off my fucking neighbors.
Yeah, that might not go too well out here. You might not have a house after that.
Oh, I know it. So you did 6 years. We'll get away from that. Obviously, okay. You guys are pretty reserved and a well-kept secret, right?
Yeah, we don't do book tours and We don't fucking write movies. And
what's your mantra there? Like, what's the
on time, on target, never quit.
Dang. But you were
awesome.
late. You were late to get to my house. So no, I'm just kidding. He was an
20
hour
minutes early.
No, I think you were like an hour early.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you said whatever. I was early. That's all that matters.
So on time.
I was late today. It was my fault.
Nah. On time. What was it? On time.
On time, on target, never quit.
Damn, I love that. What was mine? Climb to glory, Ryan, to the top.
Yeah, that's what with 10th Mountain was. Yeah.
Yeah.
To the top.
To the fucking top, baby. Mountaineer school right there, dude. Like cold weather training. That's what we had to fucking deal with.
Mountain in West Virginia?
No, in northern New York.
Oh.
So like they would send people from Alaska, right, to train in our climate because they're like, this is like the fucking.
Because we get the lake effect snow up there.
It was like the fucking tundra, bro. It was
Freezing.
fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I have permanent frostbite on my fingers because of it. So like I have like nerve damage that the VA is like.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, it gets cold on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I mean that ocean wind is no joke. I mean you're sure it gets freezing cold in Tennessee too.
Yeah. And did you?
Humidity cold.
It's like a wet cold.
It is.
Is there wet cold out there, Ryan? I haven't made it out. I've driven past on the 40. Pretty much any state that you can get to from New York on the 40, I've passed through it. So I don't know. What's Tennessee like, Ryan?
So like it doesn't really get that cold here. Because like, you know, even my motorcycle, I never winterize it because like we'll have a random 60-degree day in any month of the year, even January and February. But I mean, when it does get cold, it'll get down to single digits, and it'll snow sometimes. But it's more like a dusting.
Where do you live again? What town?
So it's Clarksville, Tennessee. It's North Middle Tennessee. We're about 40 minutes from Nashville.
Okay. Yeah, I've been through Tennessee. I just never stopped.
Yeah, that's one of the places
you wouldn't miss anything here.
You don't like it?
I mean, it's your typical military town. It's overpopulated. They put so many houses in here. They never expand the infrastructure at all. So it's just way more people and less roads, and yeah, it's fun.
Wicked.
So after you got out of the military, what prompted you to actually get out of the military and not make that a career?
I didn't go into it planning on making it a career.
Okay.
I was just like, I thought, I don't know. And especially when I like got into boot camp, I was like, there's no way I'm doing this for 20 years.
For a lifetime.
Hell no. Yeah. But, I mean, I like the guys and stuff. I just like, I don't like I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah, it's restrictive.
Extremely. Like you can get in trouble out in town and you're in trouble at work, and then, you know, like
double standard.
Yeah. And I don't, that's just too much oversight for me. I need a little more freedom. I'm not great with authority.
Yeah.
And this is like crazy that I'm doing. And then, you know, this is the first interview I've done
ever
with 2 police officers, you know, at my own fruition.
I'm not anymore. It's all good. It's all good.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but
you know, I'm a cop by like craft, but like it's what I'm good at, but it's not
who you are.
I know, that's why I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
I can tell the difference. I've had my fair share of interactions.
Yeah, like I'm not very badge heavy. Like
no, I know, I can tell.
If I have to do something for you against you, it's for your own good to keep you out of more trouble.
Sure.
And I usually explain that when I have my interactions with people.
It's like talking to children.
So like, and it feels like it sometimes. Like I'm really just dealing with like adult children, and that's like one of the hardest parts is like remembering not to be heavy-handed because I'm nobody's keeper, right? Like I'm nobody's judge, and I like to believe that I'm actually here to help. So a lot of the times I'll de-escalate situations where I'm like, hey, dude, like you've already caused catastrophe that I can't undo because you victimize somebody in some aspect who deserves like a level of what do you want to call it? Like for me to do something like, man,
Compassion?
No, I guess, well, you know, like you owe them something, right? So like you victimize them. Now you have to,
I see what you're saying.
You have to take them to
You
jail.
did something that requires my intervention, and now I have to.
And
take
so
it.
then that's how I usually go about it, where I'm like, hey, I can't undo what you've done, but I can keep you from doing worse right now.
I don't know how you guys do that. Like
It's a little strange. You know,
I mean, I'm sure it's like really interesting. I could see the draw to it, but like the people part is like the part that because I've thought about going into law enforcement and just the interaction with people in public. Like my interactions with people in public, I'm just like disgusted everywhere I go.
That's the military in you right there.
Yeah. And then having to like actually do it for your job, and like for probably like some of the craziest people, I don't know how you do it.
So for me, it's more. I don't know about you, Ryan, but it's like, and I've said it before, but it's like, have you ever had a task that had to get done? Maybe it's a group of people, and like everyone's kind of just fiddle fucking around and like not doing it, and you're like, hey, it needs to get done right. So everybody just get out of my way.
Yeah, when I owned my business, that was gonna employees.
Right. So that's kind of my mentality with society, where it's like, hey, this job needs to get done right, and we do have as many people as we have that are great cops. Like we also have our bad apples and stuff, and so like I guess I'm trying to turn the tides and say, hey, like we're capable of doing great things as well.
Yeah, there's shitty people everywhere you go.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, I think it was just also like I am able to like quit a job like easily. Like if you piss me off, I'll just walk off. I don't care. And that feeling of being like trapped in the military, you know, you can't do that in the military. I didn't like that. You know, there's so many times where like I was just pissed and I was like, I want to just leave, but I know if I do that, like I'm going to be in big trouble. Yeah. So I really did not like that. And there's plenty of times where I was like, I want to get, like, you know, so I was just like, so I sucked it up, and then
How long was your contract for originally?
6 years.
Okay, so it was just one and done.
Yeah, that's what they do usually. Like, if you go out for one of those programs, they put you in one of those.
What's the attrition rate in
SWCC?
Yeah,
we started with like 60, and then we ended with our graduating class was like 12.
Okay,
yeah, with 10. So 2 of those were rolled from the previous class.
Okay, and then what's the longevity in there? Like for like a SWCC member. Like what's the average like service time?
I don't know. Probably like about me.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably like more. Yeah, it's probably, I mean, it's pretty split, but there's not like a ton of guys in the SWCC either. So.
That stay there for a whole career.
Yeah, you have to really like. It's either you love it, like it's usually like the guys that like love it, they stay in forever, and the guys it's just one or the other. It's not like guys that they're like, oh, I think I'll do it.
It's gotta be really hard, especially like being like deployed and like a lot of training, right? So it's like.
It's never ending.
Yeah, so like it's hard to have relationships. And,
it's impossible.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I'm divorced, so.
So, were you married before or during?
No, I was one of those I was young, like, let's get married. Yeah, my chain of command was not happy.
Was she a stripper?
No, she was also in the Navy, so it worse.
Oh yeah, you had to get that BAH, right? Like the basic housing allowance. And
that
stipend for being married a little.
Which was stupid because I'm 85 like immediately, and I got it right away. So
yeah,
but it was all good at first. You know, I was like, oh, it's really great. Like, she's really cool. And it's like, oh, we're deployments. It's like, oh, this is really, really, really bad.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was getting like she was. I'm not going to say too much about her, but it was just not good. And I ended up having to just leave the whole state and drive across the country without her knowing.
Fantastic. I did the same thing, Ryan. Did I not?
Yeah.
I fucking left. Did I ever tell you the story of what happened? My buddy. So my buddy Craig. Okay, I'm leaving CID. That detachment, and Ryan had already paved. Ryan and my team sergeant, her name was Sarah Perry. They had allowed me to go.
Sarah Perry.
Yeah, they had allowed me to go AWOL, like off the books, and said just go test, like because like in order to get, you know how like military travel is. It's like first you got to schedule this, you got to schedule that, and then you got to get your appointments, and then you got to get your hotel, and then you got to. Well, this was like a spur of the moment kind of deal for me to come and test. So Ryan allowed me to go AWOL, and so I took off.
Ryan
Anderson. Yeah. So it's because
he wasn't AWOL. I just didn't need him at work that day.
Yeah. So maybe I just went AWOL, you know. But
I thought you were.
So, but anyways, when I ended up getting the gig, dude, I had a girlfriend at the time out there, and like we were kind of off and on. And I kind of told
Chelsea?
Yeah. Oh man. Then
it's not good if your chain of command knows about her.
Oh, we were a very tight knit team. Like we did family barbecues together, so like everybody knew everything. Well, not everything, but everybody knew a lot. Mm-hmm. And So I was off and on, and I always had that mentality that I was going to get out. So like I was just like, I'm not going to start a relationship and like get married and then all of a sudden pull somebody to a different location with me. But like it started getting really scary and like getting kind of like stocky, you know? And I left like abruptly and like I didn't tell her. And then like she showed up to Craig or my old, I had a condo out there and like she shows up and like with like food or like something. And she knocks on the door and she's like, hey, Craig is like, is Sal here? And then he's like, he's all, fuck, he moved. And she was like, what? Like it destroyed her, bro. Like,
he was from Boston too. He just had that accent too.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, he's not here anymore. And so I kind of, long story short, she ended up following me across country.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough that she was still in the Navy, so I knew she couldn't do that, so I was in the clear.
Yeah.
It's like, I dare you to do it. I'll call your training command right now.
So Chelsea followed you?
Yeah, so she ended up, and you know what? Chelsea, if you're listening to this, maybe you're still trolling. I don't know. But if you're maybe if you're still listening, or I'm sorry, I am. I had my head up my ass, and I had to do what I had to do. But you know what? I had to guarantee my success, and this was the easiest path of least resistance. So she followed me, and she went to Seattle, Washington, to be closer to the West Coast as like a jump off point, so she could come visit and be a lot closer. So she actually came to my graduation, but things got a little weird after that. And I called it on that one. I was like, no, this is not going to be.
It got a little weird after she followed you across the country.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
I fucking bet it
A little
did.
bit.
at the time, I was like in another academy. You know,
She's like, surprise.
and I'm gonna find you. And so I invited her down here. It got a little weird, and afterwards, she's in a spinal brace for life now because she was crying on the phone while she was talking to me while she was driving in a rainstorm and then got in a horrific accident.
No.
So
This is a horrible story.
sorry.
Oh man.
But I mean I've done and seen a lot of things, and that
Chelsea, we are sorry. We hope that you are well and happy today.
yes. So,
Ladies, if you're out there, don't do that.
yeah, don't talk on your phone while you're in a rainstorm, especially while you're going through like a
Yes,
breakup.
that's the part you take out of the story. Don't talk on your phone. But so just the military relationships
They don't work
They
sometimes.
don't. They're really hard. They don't.
It's a lot of pressure.
You have to be a different type of woman to be able to put up with a guy that's traveling that much.
I mean, yeah, it's not impossible.
And even the culture inside of the military, like between men and women, is like it's
Weird, huh?
there's a lot of sexual tension.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I never had that, but like you could tell. Like
Well,
whenever we go on a boat, you'd see like go on a boat and it'd be like, it's like a giant orgy over here. It's a 5,000.
You got a nice ass, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how the Navy does. But I think that's one of the things that steered me away from ever wanting to join the Navy was like I figured like everything bad that happens in this world will happen to me at least once. So I'm like, dude, I don't want to end up on a boat and like fucking sink or something like that. Like,
So I think the Navy's really cool, and I always thought about joining the Navy for a period of time. It was the being on a boat and being in those little bunks, confined in those
called a
tiny
hot cot.
space. Yeah, I was like, I don't think I could do.
you got a
that,
hot seat,
man.
right?
No, you're talking about hot racking.
Hot racking.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It's gross, dude. It's like sitting on a warm toilet. You're just like, man.
They
Just don't ask.
I think they only do that on subs though. Like they definitely don't do that on the bigger ones. Everyone's got their own rack. That's what they call it, rack.
Yeah.
But hot racking is on the smaller ones where there's not enough
Beds.
So they on their swing shift they
Hot rack it.
they change the sheets out. Yeah. But
Oh, do they?
Oh yeah.
Oh, at least they do that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there's some gross people on those. Ugh.
I think that's a common misconception that everyone is clean in the military and like they're like hygienic and like everyone's structured. Like no.
There's people in like that would have to get on like they have someone with them to make sure that they were actually showering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I had a stinky motherfucker in basic training and I thought that was like wild. Like he smelled like pencil shavings and like hot pencil shavings and trash. And I remember
That's really specific.
that's what I like. I chalked it up to, and I ended up. They would open up all the fucking windows in Missouri, and like just because this kid would stink, and it's like a fucking frigid ass.
Yeah.
And
Bro,
yeah.
I've been on like search warrants and like on calls here, and because we're a military town, and you'll walk into some Joe's residence and you'll still see piss bottles. Like there's a bathroom right down the hallway, but they've just piss bottles became the norm, and so you'll see a couple piss bottles by the bed. I'm like, you're disgusting, dude.
I think they come from that lifestyle, probably. You know, they came from like a broken, home, I'm sure, and that's just kind of like how they lived, and then they
didn't adapt.
When they just like. Yeah, they had no structure there, and that's just how they lived. And then they come into the military, and then they're just like, "This is what I do," and they're like, the military, no, you don't. So, I think that's a hard transition for some people.
Yeah, dude.
But it's disgusting. But yeah, I can see why that, like, how that is an issue though, because there's a lot of people that join the military that come from like, poor families.
So you were happy to fucking leave that then?
Yeah, I was ready to go.
Yeah,
I was done. I did not look back.
So what was the next move for you after the military?
North Dakota, oil fields.
Hell yeah. Tell me about that.
That was fun. I really enjoyed the oil fields. I think that was kind of part of like why I didn't look back easily too. Cause like, most people go into the oil fields, they do the 2 week on, 2 week off.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I went in and I stayed there for 3 years. Didn't leave.
Fantastic.
I took like a vacation, a couple weeks here and there,
just stacking cash then.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was like 80 hours a week. I started with a company called Pilot Thomas Logistics, and we provided fuel for the companies that were doing the fracking,
Right. The only reason I know about fracking is because of that show Landman, so I understand.
Yeah, hydraulic fracturing. Yeah.
I know a little bit.
Yeah, and it was cool. Like what I liked about the oil fields too is, we provided fuel for them, so I was able to go on like frac sites all the time because I was the mechanic for the shop. We did all our mechanics in house, so we provided the fuel. So I worked for Pilot Thomas. Pilot Thomas hauled the fuel.
Right.
So it's in-house maintenance.
So did you end up going to diesel school like in the military?
No, I went before. So I went into diesel school in high school.
So that's what I ended up doing.
Yeah. So it was like a college program that was integrated, and so I did that then. And then I also grew up. My dad's a gearhead.
Yeah. Same here. My dad's a diesel mechanic.
Yeah.
So I was like second generation. Diesel mechanic.
Yeah.
Growing up like that. Yeah. I ended up going to a college when I was 17, and then I got certified as a diesel tech, and then they were like, "Why don't you just do this?" And I'm like, I want to see the world a little bit.
Yeah.
So were you glad that you did the military first, and then did that, or just like stay away from?
No, I'm definitely glad I did. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but
knock out the service early.
I don't think I would have been able to be in the oil fields that much if I hadn't have been forced to be in the service. That kind of gave me that like. Because I remember like being in the Navy, I was just like those long days and just not, and then you don't get to go home. You go back to some shit, and you're hot, and you're just like, I just want to be in my own bed. So I always remember like saying that to myself. I was like, I don't care what I do after this. Like I don't care how long the hours are, like how bad it is during the day. If I get to go home and go have a shower and just lay in my bed, like
that's everything.
Yeah, like I'll do whatever I need to do, and I'll work my ass. And I did, and I worked for. It was like started out 80 hours a week every week, and sometimes I'd do a little more. And then COVID hit.
Oh shit.
And so, they stopped drilling for oil, and dude, that town turned into a ghost town like that. I mean,
what town was this?
Williston, North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Yeah, so it's right on the border of Montana. It's the Bakken oil field. So it's like the Bakken shale layer. It's a huge layer of shale up there. And so the production stopped. So like I saw this coming. So like because I was like, it was me and like two other guys, and I was pretty much running the shop. I was doing all the maintenance recording, on the computers.
Yeah.
And doing all the logistics stuff for these guys. And, they're cutting our hours back. So the COVID thing was happening.
Right.
It's like, oh, shut down, no travel. And then, hey, you guys, we got to cut it back from 80 to 60. Hey, Kyle, you got to lay this guy off. And then I was like, hey, I was like, I'm going. And I was like, because this guy had kids, and I ended up finding another job right down the street. So I ended up going to a company called Agra Industries, and they were doing water pipeline for Dry Prairie, which is a federal, some federal agency out there that deals with the water for all the big, farms.
Yeah.
So they were running like 120 miles of water pipeline out there, and so they needed a mechanic, and they didn't have one. When I got there, their stuff was just
torn,
and they had these huge federal contracts to get these pipelines done.
Oh, shit.
And so like, they're like, we don't care how much you work. You can work 200, like, dude, whatever you want to do it. So I was like, all right.
Are you talking about those big above ground pipelines?
No, these are like mainline water lines. So like, they go underground.
Trench.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, and in Montana, you have to dig them deeper,
Way
than you
deeper
would here because the frost
the
line.
freezing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So they really didn't take good care of their equipment like previously.
Yeah.
And
No PMCSs and stuff.
no preventative maintenance. And I went in and they were like they didn't really know what they were doing. So I went in there like knowing how to. I mean, I was pretty skilled at being a diesel mechanic. So I just was like, I found so many things to do. Just there's so much to do. So I mean, I was putting in like 100 hours a week every week, week in, week out, 100 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, it was brutal.
I bet, dude.
But it was awesome though because like I was making so much money, like I didn't care.
So you're out there like, and what's the temperature like out there at the time?
In the summer, it's really hot, and in the winter, it's freezing cold. Like it's up in they call it the breadbasket of the United States, and it's really humid in the summer. It's like 110 degrees, and then working on heavy equipment in the sun because a lot of it's field work. Because it's out in the field.
What's the majority of the things that break down out there? Like hydraulic systems,
turbos. Yeah, I mean you name it. Tracks coming off the excavators.
Shit, so you're doing like track services by yourself?
Yeah, putting tracks back on, or like having knockout pins. Well, I mean, dude, I have full engine rebuild. Like I wouldn't do engine rebuilds in the field, but
no,
like,
but you'd have to haul them off with a forklift and stuff, and take them out and put them out.
I mean, it would just depend. Like it just depend. Yeah.
Fucking so.
If I couldn't do it, I'd be like, I'm not doing it. Or we're gonna bring it back. So then I just
outsource it.
No, we never outsourced anything. I wouldn't let them do it. I was like, I want to do it, man. Like that's a lot of money. I was like, I'll do it.
Fuck yeah.
So what always surprised me, like I started off my career in CID in Kansas, and we covered Kansas, Nebraska, North and South Dakota. So I had to travel up there quite a few times. But I only saw oil deckers sporadically, but there were so many fucking wind turbines up there.
What part were you in?
It was in Nebraska. What is that main? Is it I-80 that goes across Nebraska or? I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, it has to be because the way it goes is 10, 20, the 40, and then 60. And I think it's the 80. Like
that would. But if you're on like more eastern end, like because the oil fields up there is just like contained to the west side of North Dakota, and it barely goes. It like gets maybe to Bismarck, and it doesn't really go farther anywhere past that. So, but there's nothing up there. There's no reason that anybody would ever go up there for anything.
No, there is nothing up there.
Yeah.
So at that time, you're just still living by yourself then?
Yeah. Well, I had a girlfriend that was living with me up there too.
Oh, nice.
So, and then I started, got done with that. I ended up quitting that job because me and my boss didn't get along, and I started my own business.
You have a problem with authority. That's right.
I do. I don't like being yelled at for no reason.
Who does? Like, no, I don't think anybody does, Ryan.
If I did something wrong, like by all means yell at me. But if you just feel like yelling at me because you have an ego problem, then now we have a problem.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even me, I'm like, if I did something wrong, like it better. Can you say something like nicely to me first? Like, don't fucking yell at me. Yeah. And that's how he was. He's just yelling at me.
There's such a thing as constructive criticism.
Right. I can take that. I just don't yell at me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm a goddamn man.
Yeah. I would say
Sal yells at me every day. He's like, fuck, Ryan.
What the oh man, Ryan. Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to yell at him like I'm his fucking father.
It's like Will Ferrell.
I'm gonna start calling you Chief.
Don't you dare.
Chief.
I'm a fucking man.
But yeah, like that. So that transition period was like, that's when I started to get into like investing, was when I was up there.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. So like that's when Robinhood, remember Robinhood?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when about that time I was up there, they came out with their app.
Oh shit. And
everyone's like, oh, you can, it was cool. Like you can trade stocks on your phone. Like that was never a thing before, and no one really knew how to do that. And
until it fucking like what did they end up?
It's a GameStop thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ended up fucking, they hyped it up and then they ended up.
No. So that's.
I remember watching I watched a movie about
I made some good money on that one.
Did you?
And that's just like that was kind of the thing I was hoping to talk to you guys about today too, was like how you see that and you go, yeah, they hyped it up. The guys are there pumping it up, or blah, blah, blah. No, that was complete and 100% fraudulent behavior on the side of the institutions, the banks, the hedge funds, the market makers that were trying to sell or box GameStop out of existence because it was a failing brick and mortar retail company. Like, they were failing. The board members were, they weren't doing anything with the company. Like, they were letting it tank because they were kind of in part like working with the hedge funds to do this. Because what they do is they borrow shares. They don't actually use it. And then they lend them out, and that's called a short sale, because they're betting that the share price is going to fall.
Right.
And so they're like, oh, hey, like, I'm going to borrow this and I'm going to sell it for less than what the price is actually worth. And then when it falls down below the price I sold it at, I'm going to buy it down here, even though I sold it here. And when I buy it down here, I'll give it back. But then they pocket that difference. That's how it works. But what they end up doing is they sell more shares of the company that are actually tradable. And because by them doing this, it shows sell pressure on the charts, and then that causes the price to fall. And then when it falls so much, they literally, like, they'll create fake shares that don't exist just to drop the price. And because they are making the market, they get away with that. So what happened with GameStop was that they'd done this Blockbuster, they'd done it to Toys R Us, Bed Bath and Beyond, they'd done it with like a lot, because they got away with it all the time. No one talked about this. Like, this is something that, no one understands this stuff.
Right.
But so this guy, Ryan Cohen, comes on board. He's the inventor of Chewy, great businessman. And
Chewy, like the pet company.
The dog.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he created that company out of his garage, and then he sold it for billions of dollars. And then he saw GameStop, and he saw the potential there behind it. And he's like, so he sold his company and Chewy, and took the profits, like billions of dollars profits, like for that. And then he bought into GameStop, and he bought enough to where he was like the largest shareholder. And then he went in and he fired everybody on the board. He's like, get out. And he changed and turned the company around, and he was like, this is what we're doing. If you want to be an exec at this company, like, you're going to buy into this company with your own money. And then, I'm not giving you shares. You're not getting paid. You're already rich. So you're going to put your money where your mouth is. Like, if you buy into this company, and like, that's where you're going to make your money, is like by the share price of it going up and us doing good. That's where you're going to make your money. So that's what he was doing. And they're turning things around fundamentally with the company. They're taking their revenue earnings, they're trying to bring it from like losing money to up. Right. So they see this start to happening, and the way that the markets work is they're like, it's called high frequency trade. It's mostly done by like computers and stuff, like a lot of high frequency trading. And so what had happened was, it's called a short squeeze. So what a short squeeze is like, when you take and borrow a share and sell it like for the lower price than the actual share price. So you're betting that price is going to go down right below where you sold it at. But if it goes up, your losses can be infinite, and you need to cover, because if you don't cover, you have to cover that gap from here to there. And so you can literally have infinite losses. So they have to buy shares to replace the one that they sold. So when they're buying shares, they're in turn causing the price to go up even more.
Oh, shit.
And then other people are seeing it, and then they're buying it. They're like, oh, this is good. Look at this, it's going crazy. And then Robinhood, because Robinhood and these big hedge funds, they work together. Robinhood sells like all your data to these hedge funds. It's called payment for order flow. They use that information to like figure out like, well, what are they going to do next? Algorithm, like learning, like that learning stuff. And then
it's like a predictive behavior type stuff.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is. But for trading. And they shut the buy button off. It's like, they're like, fuck you.
But haven't we established that GameStop is kind of antiquated at this point? Like,
that's what they say. Yeah, but no, so I started looking in, and then that's when I was like, really, because I knew a lot about the 2008 housing market crash,
right?
And it's just like that complete fraud. Like, these guys are crooks, and so like and the amount of fraud is egregious, and so they are telling people like, oh, this failing company, this company's dying, and blah 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 blah. Well, so the gaming industry itself, first of all, is bigger than the music industry and the movie industry combined.
For sure.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of value there. And the problem with the GameStop at that time was like people were like downloading games online. And their mantra was like, we sell games in house.
Hard games, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, cutting costs, blah, 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 like changing the balance sheet. So like today, the balance sheet is easily by far the best balance sheet that you'll see on the market, by far. It's not even fucking close. No one's talking about it. No one talks about it because they sit there and they talk about how bad it is. This company has zero debt, $11 billion in cash. They are not like, so they kind of converted. They still do the sales of the games in house, but they're really like moved into the collectibles, like the PSA trading cards.
Yeah.
You know, those are huge, and they're moving into a lot of different directions in the market. Like they're
pivoting.
Yeah. So they're kind of like, so the best way I can, without getting too far into the weeds, is like, you know, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, a mega corp. That is what they are moving towards.
Okay.
Very rapidly. Yeah, the last 2 quarters were the first 2 quarters that they were able to report profits, but they've slowly from where they were have done nothing but done better every quarter. Last 2 quarters they've finally gone up, but they've continued to be manipulated by these traders that are doing this. And yeah, these guys do it all over the place. They do it all over the place, and they take people's retirements, like your retirement and your retirement, like it's not there.
Yeah, they're just playing with it.
Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's completely oversaturated, and yeah, it's going to be a big problem, like a huge problem, like with the AI stuff. Like I heard you guys, like I was listening to you guys talk about your AI and like with the police force, like using ChatGPT to write their reports.
Oh, we have a subscriber.
I do. I did my research.
Yeah, he's like, let me see if these motherfuckers are up to snuff.
Yeah. Check on here. Yeah.
Let's see if these motherfuckers are just trolls.
Yeah.
No, we're out here for the truth.
The truth. Yeah. And this is the truth. Like they don't tell you the truth because look, the thing is like these markets are very complicated and complex. Like, you know, like most of the time when I talk to people about this, like I get kind of fired up. I try to, you know,
that's what the beer's for right now. So I'm just
right.
keeping
But like,
them on ice.
But then I start getting that, like their eyes start glazing over, and you know they're not hearing what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't think they understand is what it is.
No, they don't.
It's so complex.
No.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm 46 years old, and I still don't understand investing. I don't know a damn thing about it. It's just
you just got to go in there and lose a little bit.
It terrifies me. So it's like,
yeah, that's the thing.
Do I want to take my money, my hard-earned money, and put it out there to chance? It's like I'm very risk averse when it comes to that. You know what I mean?
That's what they're doing with it right now, though.
I think the scary part is it's like who are you letting into your you know your accounts, who you're letting into your retirements, and then all of a sudden handing it to them and then not knowing that they're the wolf. You know?
Yeah, so they're using it as leverage. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not, when you're paying into your 401ks or whatever you do through your check, like, it's not like you're just giving them that money and they're just like holding it for you. They're taking it,
playing with
and
it.
They're trying to make money on it, right? But it's gotten to a point, like, I mean, a while ago where it has just, they became extremely greedy. Like, no one has been held accountable for it. No one looks into it. The American public doesn't call for any kind of
audit.
Yeah, because they don't know. They have no idea, like,
or how it works.
Yeah, and they don't even care to know. So it's like the Epstein files. You know, like there's people are really mad about these Epstein files. They're just like relentlessly going after these guys about these Epstein files because of what they. It's easy for them to conceptualize that like there's pedophiles in there. Pedophiles bad. We want to see what's in there.
Yeah.
Tell us. If they knew what was happening inside of the market, like with everything, like the whole market, like AI, a lot of the tech, like the short sellers, your retirements, like you would be
with pitchforks and fucking and flames.
I'm serious. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at the housing crisis that we had for a long period of time. Like I remember when I first bought my house here, it wasn't like 6 months later that my mortgage had been bought out by another mortgage company.
Yeah, Mr. fucking Cooper, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was the 2008.
And you don't have the choice as the buyer. No. You can't be like, no.
They sell your loan.
They sold your loan to somebody else. Somebody else is now the owner of that loan, and you're stuck with it.
Yeah, so like that was the kind of that's how 2008 that crashed. So they never let that fully crash, right? They bailed them out and kept the can kicking down the road. So like really like what they would do, like, so bear with me here for a sec, is they, you have like thousands of mortgages, right? So you're not just like, it's not like your mortgage that they just sold off.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like they're like, oh, here's Ryan's mortgage. You guys want to buy Ryan's mortgage? No, your mortgage is bundled in with Sal's mortgage and with my mortgage and with your parents' mortgage. And there's a bundle, there's thousands and thousands of mortgages. They bundle them together and then they sell those and it's called a MBS. It's a mortgage-backed security, right? And so depending on the mortgages that are in that security, like what's the FICO scores, like what's their income, blah, 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 blah. Like depending on those things.
Low risk.
That can,
if they're over there, high risk.
That gives you your risk tolerance. Like it's a high risk, low risk, blah, 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 blah. And so what they ended up, they were running out of mortgages to put into these bonds. And so they were lending out subprime loans, no FICO scores, like no income verification. Yeah. And then they were putting all those bundling up, and then the ratings agencies, they take them to the ratings agencies, and the ratings agencies would give them AAA ratings, because if they didn't, then they'd go to the next one down the street. And
right.
So it was a rating shop for fees. And so that was happening. So that's already taking time bomb. And so it's like if 15% of the mortgages inside the bond fail, the whole bond is worthless. That's it. That's all it needs to fail in a bond. And they had bonds full of like the 100% of the bond was bullshit. And then when they went further than that, is they couldn't even get enough of those because this bubble is starting to pop at that time. And so they started making up fake mortgages, like these, like houses don't exist. And these people like that were buying them, and so, they weren't looking at them. These are because like, and everyone likes to think that people on Wall Street all know what they do. These guys are not, like there's some big players that are smart, but these guys are stupid. They have no idea what they're doing. They're doing what they're told. They're doing what they need to do to stay in the position that they're in, right? And so they don't care about you. They don't care about the tax. They could care less. It doesn't affect them as long as they get their check and as long as they can keep staying in their position. Just go ahead.
No, Ryan. Go ahead, Ryan. No, go ahead. No,
I was gonna say, my question is, why would they buy these bonds? Like I watched something recently about Elon Musk, and it was talking about how he rarely takes a salary because he likes to hide income. If he can't show income, so like his companies buy debt, and they show debt, or they hide net profits, and because the more money he has, the more money he makes, the more taxes he has to pay. Right. And it's
correct.
Is it kind are these companies buying debt in order to hide money, and then they
Probably partly because I think in this case, so that does happen, but they don't really buy debt like Elon Musk. He buys stock or like shares of companies. Yeah. He's not buying debt, like he's actually buying something that would be considered an asset.
Yeah, profitable income.
Yeah, it's not a liability because debt is a liability. And so when he buys like an asset, it's technically unrealized, so you don't get taxed, and that's how those guys.
So when people buy debt, like big corporations buy debt, they're buying it on pennies on the dollar, right? Like are they? It's got to be a profit for them. And how do they profit on the debt?
So they're profiting. So like if you have a bundle of 1,000 mortgages, right? And then like the yield on that, would be 3%, let's say. So you buy these 1,000 mortgages, and that's going to cost you like $100 million for this bond, right? And if you pay me $100 million, like you'll get 1.5% on that $100 million, and then I'll take the, for the premium that I sold it to you for, the other 1.5. So you split that 3 that the whole bond would be giving you. And that's where you make your money off. But you're only going to make your money is if they're paying the mortgages. That's the risk you take.
Right.
That's the risk. So if you're looking at one of these bonds and you're like, oh.
So when people were getting these AAA, these guaranteed, AAA ratings, that they were like, hey, yeah, this guy's making said money, but he's really not. And they're just kind of overlooking this and just giving people these loans that they can't back at all.
It's complete fraud.
It's complete fraud, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, oh, these are AAA. This is like.
So even the buyers that were doing these corporations that were buying these losses, they still didn't even know, huh?
So this
is wild.
They should.
No, so they what they ended up started doing is like there was a guy, Michael Burry, he kind of like saw this one from the outside. He's like, he's looking at different numbers, like CPI, like consumer price index, and like he's looking at home sales, and he's like, this is kind of, so he starts actually going into these bonds, and he's looking at, he's dissecting, and he's looking at every mortgage, and he's like,
this doesn't make sense.
So he was like, I want to short, I want to bet against, buy an insurance contract against, and they were like, and a lot of these guys were like, what are you talking about? Like, you're going to bet against housing? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah. And so he did. And so then that really got these guys like kind of looking. So what they would do is, so say like Goldman Sachs would have they'd have a mortgage-backed security with, it was dog shit, right? It was complete crap. And so they would have it on their books. They'd write it down as like, it's AAA rated, it's good. And then this is what it's worth right here, then in their books. And they go see, and then they go to Chase. Hey, you want to buy this bond? And they'd go, yeah. And so they'd buy the bond, and Goldman would turn around, and as soon as they sold it and it got off they'd mark it on their books as like what it's actually worth, and then they'd turn around and short it, and they'd bet against it once they sold it. So they got into the game too once they figured out people were bet. So they're like, they're making fake mortgages, and then they're making these fake mortgages, selling the fake mortgages, and then betting against it as soon as they sold it off.
Fuck.
Huge. And so
you can't trust anybody.
Man, the way you put things, it makes sense now. Like like sometimes I need a whiteboard where you need to draw.
I try to do that, dude, because this is so important to me, and like I think it's super important to everybody.
I can tell.
Yeah, and like,
and are you self-taught in all this?
Yes. Yeah. I became completely obsessed with it after the GameStop thing, because I was like, what do you? How could they? How could they?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And the more I've gotten into it, the worse and worse and worse. And I can't even. In my phone, I can't keep up with all of it. I try to keep as much of it as I can. But if you read all the notes in my phone that I've taken on this, you'd be reading my phone for probably like 10 hours straight. Yeah, I'm just.
So what are your thoughts on like crypto and Bitcoin?
Oh shit, Ryan.
Oh, well, so Bitcoin is like a store of value, it has really nothing to do with this. I think they're using crypto, like the stable coins, to unload all this debt that we have onto the world, because stable coins, you need to use treasury bills, T-bills, you have to back the stable coins before the stable coins can be issued by the issuer. I think they're going, because right now, the United States is having a big problem with their treasury bills. No one wants to buy our long and midterm dated treasury bills because no one trusts that our dollar is going to hold the value anymore. So because no one wants to buy these long and midterm treasury bills, they're going to make the stablecoin issuers buy them and back their stable coins with them, and then they'll disperse them to everybody who wants to buy them, and then they'll devalue the debt once it gets there. But try not to get this is a lot harder to explain in a way, but this is more significant than the housing market crash, because this ties into AI. These companies, AI companies, ties into your retirements, your 401ks. All the banks, so the idea with the banks, with the big beautiful bill and the Genius Act, they are basically making regulatory carve outs so the banks can keep and stay involved with us, because the banks don't want to miss out on this money that they can make off all this interest that they're going to make off the beginning when they start distributing these stable coins. People are buying them, they're back with T-bills, are actually worth something, but they're really not, because no one wants to buy our T-bills, because we have done this for so long that the rest of the world is right now
they're catching on.
They're saying fuck you, and that's why things are ramping up so much. That's why things are getting expensive inexplicably. That's why the housing market is not going. So the housing market right now is they're doing stuff there too. These are all tying in together, and it's really so with Bitcoin crashing 40% this last week or so, that is because they're really scrambling. They're trying to come up with new ways to get liquidity into the market so that this just doesn't become cataclysmic like big deal. And yeah, it's tied everywhere. It's everywhere. It started with COVID. That was the big, what did it make sense that when nobody's working, nobody's going anywhere, but housing
It's going through the fucking roof.
going through the roof.
Home values have doubled, like essentially doubled. Tripled in some places. Like my home value here almost doubled from when I sold it a couple years ago. I looked the other day just online at just like I when I bought my truck, I think I paid $59,000 for it, but like a brand new Dodge Ram 2500, you're looking at $100 and something thousand for a truck these days. And that's a tradesman.
Yeah. That used to be at 45, 50,000 for a brand new fucking 3,500.
Really? Yeah. Well, the auto industry is a part of this too. Subprime auto loans.
Interest rates, like we were talking about on last night's episodes, how Sal, when you were talking about your house, like you're at like a 2 point something % interest rate. It'd be stupid for you to say.
Don't.
Yeah.
No. Everyone's like, oh, dude, like you need to take out. You know what? You want to build an RV garage? Take out your equity and do what do they call it? A HELOC? And I'm like, fuck no. I'm like, no, God no.
See, these people don't understand, and this is what like is crazy to me. Is like this is every American thinks that like you can just go and get a loan and everything's going to be okay, but that's not how it works.
Bro, that's why I work hard for like my money, and I save my money, and then when I'm ready to buy something, I buy the fucker cash. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's not the American way, though.
Well, like, and it's kind of hard to buy like a house cash, obviously. Like,
well, now it is because this is how it's been.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like, I push comes to shove. Like, I was backed into the corner where I said, like, oh, okay, I need a fucking house. But luckily, I purchased my house before the big fucking boom of 2020. You know, when I bought it back in 2014. So it was
right on time.
Oh, right on fucking time, dude. Like, could I have lowered my fucking interest rate by refinancing? Sure. You know, and got it down to like a 1 point. I think they were like a 1.9 or something like that.
Yeah, well, the Fed was lending out at 0.
Yeah, and I remember like they were like, "Hey, you might want to refinance," and I'm like, "And set back my fucking PMI, like just pay more interest for another 7 years." Like, no, I'm already done with my interest.
Yeah,
like now it's just gonna be all like,
yeah, dude. And real estate agents don't know what's going on either. They're like, it's a great time to buy, and everyone's so clueless, and that is crazy to me. It's just like, how is this money monetary?
Yeah.
What?
When the blinders came off, because there was that aha moment when the blinders came off of you, like, well, how fucking scary was that for you? Like, did you get a pit in your stomach where you're like, oh fuck?
No, not really, because it doesn't surprise me anymore because like the more I find out, I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like now I'm just like, it gives me like more clarity, I think, because.
So we've discussed the problem of what's going on, but what does the smart person do to avoid falling into these pitfalls?
Learn finance. Learn how to take control.
Well, right, but like what is it that, okay, so don't invest into these things, obviously that's what we're talking about, but what are the things to invest in?
You got to find that out for yourself. You know, like everyone's got their own risk reward tolerances.
Yeah.
You know, you can have help. You can talk to people about it.
Sure.
I think it needs to be taught in schools. Finance needs to be taught in schools.
Ryan, that's what we were fucking just talking about, bro.
It absolutely does. And what, you know, it'd be like if everyone just went over to whatever fund that they had their retirements in, and just said, "Give it to me."
Oh, it would crash it.
And they, with the penalties and the taxes, and if everyone just said, "I don't care, give it to me."
Yeah, I tried that.
I've said that about Social Security though all my life. Right?
I've tried that.
By the time I get to a point where I can draw Social Security, the likelihood of it being there, but that's exactly what these. The government's pretty much done with Social Security through the years.
Privatizing it.
Yeah,
so they just borrow it and they invest. They try to make money off of it, and it may not be there anymore. But I would rather get my money back. Let me run that risk.
With it,
yeah, absolutely. And that's what I did. I went into and I did the same thing. I pulled all of my 401ks. I pulled all my Roth IRAs, and like. They gave me hell about it. They're like, "You sure you want to do this? You want to roll it over into something else?" I was like, "No." And they're like, "It's going to put penalties." I was like, "I don't care.
Yeah,
take it. I'm taking control of this. You guys can fuck off. Like,
you guys will never mess with my money again."
Yeah, and because like they constantly come up with new schemes to keep, so like with the AI bubble, like that one's like right now it's imploding, and they come up with these new ways to pump liquidity in. So like with the AI bubble, that one is just like, because everyone's talking about AI.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking, it's a huge thing. Like we're investing, it's going to be this and blah, blah, blah. It's crap. It's nothing. It is fairy dust. I mean, so like you have OpenAI, and OpenAI buys NVIDIA chips, right, for their AI platform. So NVIDIA and what was it, like AMD and Intel and Microsoft, these guys all got huge subsidies from the Chips and Science Act in 2023. And they took these subsidies and they went and they did stock buybacks. So NVIDIA is the biggest example here. So NVIDIA is... they went and they did stock buybacks, right? So when you do a stock buyback, you're buying your own stock, that pumps the price of your stock up. Okay, so the price goes up, and then you dilute. So you issue more shares of your stock. So like you have a float, right? So you have a float. Every company has a float, and that is like, so let's say NVIDIA has 1 million shares that are tradable on the market right now. That's their float. Okay. So there's 1 million NVIDIA shares out there tradable. And they take that subsidy and they buy their own stock with the subsidy. Their stock price goes up. And so then they dilute and they go, okay, well, we're going to issue out another 1 million shares at this price because we want more people to be able to get into this and we want it to be affordable for people. So they dilute. And so when the price goes up from them buying it back, they dilute at that price, so they get all that money back in as investment. And so they take that money from the dilution, and then they would take this money, that NVIDIA would, and they'd take some of it, and they'd buy back more of their stock.
But how is it legal? How is it?
It's
how
not
is it like,
legal.
Okay,
it's not.
I'm just making sure.
But no one's
It doesn't sound right.
It's not legal.
Because like I feel like if I bought stock, let's say I bought 100,000 stocks at this price. And it was based upon a rating of, let's say, 500,000 stocks, right? So I knew that I could be able to establish some semblance of a value at that point. Like, but if they issue another $200,000 stocks, and I know that dilutes the price, like they just negated what I purchased. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So companies dilute for a bunch of different reasons. If it's for the right reason, right? So like, if a company's like, we need this extra capital because we're trying to expand, like the demand is there. We need to do this. So that's fine. That's perfectly legal. But when you're doing it just to pump your stock to get more money flowing, that's manipulation.
But are they telling these people that own these stocks?
No, they don't know.
So they're not even knowing they're just being devalued slightly.
AI stocks make up 70% of the S&P 500's gains this year.
Really?
70% of the S&P 500. Okay. So when NVIDIA gets this money from their dilution, they invest some of it into AI or into OpenAI, the company OpenAI. And OpenAI takes that money that NVIDIA just invested with them, and then the OpenAI buys NVIDIA's AI chips. And that shows sales, right? So they're buying, and then
they're passing their dollars.
And then NVIDIA's stock price goes up. And so then and then the other part of it, they buy more of their stock back, and it just goes up from there again. And then so they're also showing sales
because so it's like me passing $5 back and forth to you.
It's called circular financing. And
so where do these subsidies come from?
The government.
Yeah. So it's like, so the government's just issuing subsidies out there to select companies.
They're complicit.
Is it from like special interest groups? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, they're complicit in the whole thing. Yeah, and I'm
just trying to wrap it full circle.
Yeah, and so the big and what the big issue is too is like, so 90% of NVIDIA's revenue came from their AI chip sales.
Oh shit!
So these AI chips, they're good for these semiconductor chips. Are good for 2 to 4 years, maybe 5. So that's all they're good for, right? We're like 7 to 8 years away from actually developing the infrastructure for them to deploy these chips that they've sold. So
Like you said, fairy fucking dust.
Fairy dust. They're worthless. So, yeah, and then this is being compiled with like all these H-1B visas. Yeah, that's why the mass immigration, like it's a bigger and it's a huge, I mean, it's a conspiracy. It's a huge conspiracy.
Yeah.
And they're all complicit in it. And the reason that
hang on. I think the NSA's at my door.
yeah.
He's on the ban list and we just don't know about it. He's like, hey, there's a platform that they don't know about yet. I'm getting on there right now.
He just got blacklisted.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
But yeah. And what, like, so Nancy Pelosi, for instance, so she buys call options, futures on NVIDIA. She's not a stock trader. How is she, they're just complicit. Yeah. They just pay them off to keep, and they get fined for it. Like you can look up the fines, like the SEC, they're all public. You can go on the SEC webpage and like you can see the fines that are issued. But these fines are nothing. Like they're pennies on the dollar compared to they're less than pennies on the dollar compared to what they're making.
Jesus.
And
congressmen or people in Congress, people in the government, the elected officials, they've been, what is it? Early trade. What's the term for it? Where they trade insider trading for decades now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's way worse. It's getting way worse, especially with call options, like derivatives, like futures trading.
How do you live with this information?
It's tormenting. Yeah. Like that's why I go on those X calls, like on my, and I just like talk to myself because I'm like, I fucking need to just get this out.
I know.
So I try to talk to people. They're just like, what do you mean? You're dumb.
I know. I was talking to him about my squat and I was like, I need to get a better squat. He's like, yeah, but you need to look into this. I was like, oh. He's like, that's all well and good, but you got to start looking at the future.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fuck it.
Yeah, but it's
just so scary. It's just so fucking scary to know where to step in and what's not a landmine, you know? But like, I think the world needs people like you that are willing to come out here, speak about it, get the information out, and then break it down so that the layman can actually understand what's going on.
Yeah, and I guess
just make like a cartoon.
You're right, and I think, it's really not hard. Like if you're investing, like my investment strategy is really, really simple, and I just go, when you have a company that has shares that are publicly traded, they have a balance sheet that is public information, so you can look that up whenever you want.
Yeah.
So you want to invest in a company,
public trading.
You can check to see what their finances are. You can see like what their debt to equity ratios are. You can see what their revenues are. You can see what their earnings are. You can see what their cash value is. You invest in a company, like you should pay attention to the company that you're invested in, right? And if they're doing something you don't like, you can pull out and move the money somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's really not that hard to like, and that's the only, like, that's really all you need to do, because you can make, I don't know, if you make 5% gains in a year, that's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
People think that like when you trade, like you need to make these crazy gains, and that's not the point. It's for your retirement. It's for,
yeah. I mean, what are you going to get to 2% if you're investing like in
I'll take 2%.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends, 2% on the more money, 2% goes a lot farther.
Exactly.
Yeah. You just pay attention, but they just give their money. Like, so one example, so I had a conversation with, and this is also when I knew this is like, these guys are just, a lot of them don't really know what they're doing. I had a conversation with a guy, he works for a huge investment company. I won't say which one, or which one. It's a big one. It's one of the biggest ones. Starts with an F.
Fidelity.
and anyway, he's a manager. He's a manager of a fund there, and I talked to him about GameStop. I was like, well, you guys buying into GameStop yet? Like, he's like, no, that's just a meme stock and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting here like, I don't care who you are or how long you've been in this industry or what your education level is. Like, you can't tell me, you can't look at a company like that and look at the balance sheet and tell me that's a bad investment. You haven't even looked.
Yeah.
You're just doing what you're told. You're not even questioning it. So, and that's the guy that's managing your retirement fund. Yep. Your IRA.
Yeah, that's wild.
Really scary. Mm-hmm. And that's all across the board everywhere. I mean, and it all starts like with treasuries. And that's, and these treasury bond markets right now are failing, but that never makes the news. It's boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
Well, it's not boring. I mean, I'm just sitting here.
I don't think it is.
I'm just sitting here just taking this all in because I'm just like, my mind is being blown right now.
I told you.
Absolutely. Like, I'm going to get on Robinhood right now and start fucking.
Don't go on Robinhood. Find something else.
I know. You know what I mean, though? Like, I definitely plan on doing something like that for sure.
Yeah. It's really not hard. And
yeah, I got my investor right here for me.
So if you cashed out your Roth IRAs, your 401ks, all that good stuff, if you were to give somebody the
safest way?
Yeah. What would you tell them to do with that money once they what should be their path?
Diversify it.
Spread it out into little.
Yeah. Can you
figure out like what your risk tolerance is? Do your research, obviously. And
what are the things to research, or like what are the red flags?
So should they use a broker, or should they try to do this themselves?
You have to go through a broker, like technically, at first, and so you can do it through. So like what I do, like with some of my stocks, it depends on which one I have. Is when you hold your shares at the broker, they're not actually in your name, so they're under the broker's name, and you sign an agreement that says that is so that now that like you're holding like shares there, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have this many shares of this company. Well, they're not yours. They're the brokers. They're the brokers. So they can lend them out, do whatever they want. They can take that liquidity and they can do whatever they want with it. And then when it comes time for you to cash out on it or move it or whatever, they just find that money somewhere else and
pull from them
and give it back to you. But then you can do what's called as a direct registration of those shares. And then so like when the broker, it goes through, it's called a transfer agent, from the broker to the to you. That's where it gets cleared through. And you can take those shares that you bought and you can take them away from the broker, put them into
in your name,
hold them with the transfer agent in your name. So brings a little more transparency.
There's a fee for that, right? Of course.
Yeah, you pay a little fee like when you transfer it, but it's not that bad.
Right.
It's worth it. Yeah. And like learn how to read a balance sheet. Dividends. Look at companies like you want a company you're looking for, like I'm investing in this company because I'm looking for long-term steady growth, stable growth. And I've got one Altria group that I invest in. I get for dividends. So like I get it, like they give out really good dividends every quarter for your shares. And so, yeah, there's dividend trade. Like that's kind of, you got to just diversify. Like, oh, I'm gonna do a little crypto because like I'm looking into this crypto. I like what they're doing. I like the expansion. You just got to the thing is you got to do your research. You got to take the time to.
So if somebody wants to go and learn about this, and then just like you said, just kind of get their feet wet, where do they go to start kind of getting this information?
YouTube, Google.
Yeah.
I mean, information's out there. You just gotta like, and don't just like when you don't go off of the first thing you see. Right. That's another thing I do is like I go, if I see something and I go, oh yeah, this is saying a good thing about it. I'm also looking at, because there's people saying bad and good about. I'm listening and reading to both, and then you can make your own decision based off of that, and just have conversations with other people about it. And but the biggest thing is like paying attention and doing your research to it. And if you, it's really like you just take. I only do like a couple hours a day usually. Like I'll go weeks without even looking at anything. And if something starts happening, that'll peak that catches my attention. Then I'll start looking at the Bitcoin crashing. I was like, why is this doing this? So that's when I started looking into it. Yeah.
So where would I go to find a balance sheet?
There's different. So like I have a app. It's called Webull, Webull. They have balance sheets on there. Though it's one like Trading View. Like there's a bunch of different apps. Like a lot of these like apps that show, like what the stock price is doing. Like you can look up any stock. You can even invest on there. Or like I pay for a subscription to this company. It's called Simply Wall Street. And so I pay $100 a year, and then I get access. So every month I can look up 30 companies, right? So I can look up to 30 companies like for the subscription I get, and I can type in.
Like you're just auditing them, basically.
Yeah. And then at the end of the month, it clears out, and I can do another 30 the next month. But I mean, 30 companies.
It seems weird that they would limit you to 30 though. It's like
well, you can pay for you can pay more and get access to more.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And that's fantastic.
just pay attention.
Yeah.
Look, YouTube. I mean, this has taken me. I mean, I've been years and years. I still there's still a lot I don't know because that's how complicated and like how fucked up this.
It's like a spaghetti plate, and you're just trying to fucking go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. You go down some. There's lots of them.
Yeah.
But you should. You absolutely should because this is your money. This is what you know. Because what's going to happen is you're going to go to retire. It's not going to be there, and it's becoming more so even now.
Yeah.
And this is not like something that's like, oh, this is exclusive just to the United States right now. This is like a cyclical thing that has happened throughout history for ever since the Dutch created the first stock market and with the East India Trading Company. This started.
Yeah.
And these guys just like,
man, you went historic.
yeah.
Man, when you fucking dive into something, brother, you fucking dive.
I know. I think I'm like slightly autistic or something.
I like it, dude. You got to be.
I think the first time I heard the East India Trading Company had something to do with the fucking Titanic, didn't it?
No, that was the Fed.
Oh, okay.
The Federal Reserve. Yeah.
Oh man.
That was something like the.
I was feeling good about myself today until fucking.
It's not too late.
Yeah.
I feel like an idiot. I've been writing some notes down.
Well, we have this videotape, so we can always just go look back to it, right?
Yeah, you're smart. I know you could figure it out. I figured you'd probably be interested in it, but like,
I am.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And then like having just conversations with people about like what you. Oh, I saw this. And then you just talk about it and go off of it.
Yeah, I remember I was telling you like. You're like, oh, bro, you should really get into looking into this and doing this. And I remember I told you, I was like, I got a few things I got to knock out first.
That. I was like, okay.
And then I was like, I got to pay this off, I got to pay that off, and then once I'm liquid, I'll be good. And I'm at that level right now.
Yeah,
like I'm good. Like all I got is my mortgage and pretty much fucking golden.
Yeah, and everyone that's what I get a lot too. Is like, well, what should I invest in, or like, where should I put my money? And I always go, I can't tell you that, like I'll tell you what I like for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be the one to like tell you because
there's liability in that.
I've lost like, and like, that's the other thing too, is like when people, it's not palatable for like a lot of people to watch, their investment drop 50% and like a lot of people panic and then they just start selling off what and then that makes it worse. And they're, I lost all this money, but then they turn around, goes right back up. Like let's say for like Bitcoin right now, people are panicking.
Yeah.
And I've seen this happen over and over and over again with Bitcoin cycles. Like that's just one example. And you just have to like know that what you're investing in is solid and that you only can do that by just keeping up with what's actually happening.
But you got to look into the company as well and then understand what they're actually doing, what they're building, what they're selling, what they're creating, and then saying, okay, is this going to be viable to last a lifetime? Is this going to be like fossil fuels, or is this going to be tech? Is this going to be a new form of radiation treatment, or a new form of like, let's say radiation in the medical field, and then all of a sudden they just devise this new system of an MRI that's up and coming, and then you look into the company and you see it and you're like, okay, like let's look at the science now. Like let's see what it's backed by. Let's see if it's viable. And then like you said, then you're like, okay, I made a decision that this could yield over a long period of time. This could yield some dividends, or this can yield like some interest rate that's going to pay me off in the long run. It's not going to just take off like over,
You become more confident too.
Sure.
And that like when you watch them drop, you just go, okay, I don't care. Like,
Did you ever jump on the Dogecoin craze that was out there?
No. That's just
we had a lot of guys from our office. They jumped on it and they made some money. It was just like I didn't really understand it, and I was like,
but in a kind of a weird way, like what we were talking about inside of my garage is it's kind of what I did at the time, like during the whole COVID situation, and I was looking at what was value, but like I was looking at it more in like a physical aspect, where you were kind of looking at it on like the I guess like on the finance side and saying like, oh, look at these numbers, instead of like I invested in hard like
goods,
tangible
items that I was like, okay, bullets are going to be expensive,
sure,
and I'm going to grab all this.
That is investing,
right? And then it turned a profit. So that's a lot of my toys. A lot of what I have is because I was like, all right, I'm going to buy all these bullets right now. Like, and then people were like, I need bullets, and I was like, here you go. I'm like,
it's the same thing. It's like when you buy stock in a company and the price starts going up and people are like, you bought it down here and it's up here, and everyone's like, I need this. And you're like, well, I have it.
Yeah.
It's just the same idea.
Yeah.
You know?
I like looking at it that way. When I can break it down to myself in that manner, I can understand things a lot better. And it's like do your research on what's going on.
It's really not that complicated, in my opinion. It's just it's been made to seem so because that's been
I mean,
by design.
I mean, put the literature in Latin, and only a few people can read it. You know,
right?
But I mean, the truth is already there, and they're not lying.
Just learn how to read Latin.
Learn how to fucking read Latin. You know.
Yeah, but it's bad. It's really, really bad, and worse than people like. With the housing right now, like that's another part of it. You know, you told me earlier today that during the COVID thing, like your bank allowed you to push your payments back. They're doing the same thing with housing right now. There's two like big programs: the COVID-19 standalone program, and then it's like a FHA program, like where people are like not able to pay their mortgages right now.
That's why you gave me that look where you're like, no.
I was like, no. I was like, oh. I was like, of course. I bet they did.
I did it all of 6 months, or like I did it for a year, and then I was like, all right, cool. Like,
yeah, they're doing the same thing with housing.
But how long are people doing that for now?
They're starting to run out. So like depends. Like there's different stipulations depending on the program. But they're doing the same thing. They're like, we'll just get it on the back end.
Yeah.
And but there's like, we can only do it for like up to $30,000 in equity, and then it caps out, and then like after that, like you got to start paying. And that's why the defaults aren't showing right now on the balance sheet, because these programs are hiding the delinquencies.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the push for this like 50-year mortgage shit?
It's a desperate clod.
I think so. I think it'll create another housing boom.
I didn't even know about that.
They thought it would. I don't think people are buying it though.
I had no idea that they were even going to a 50-year.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
It's like a $300 less like a month. And then on the back end, it's like an extra just a couple $100,000.
Just buy with.
I mean, that's the same thing car dealers do now. Is that like they come in and like they don't negotiate like cash doesn't buy cars anymore. No. It used to be like cash talks. But if you walk into a car dealership now, they really they want to know what payment area you want to be in, and they can get you financed. And they'll get whatever rate that they can, and however many years they can to get as much interest on that as they can for that.
I thought an 8-year loan for a fucking car was ridiculous when I first.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm like, dude, 8 years. Like most people don't have a car for more than 3.
I know.
And you're signing on for 8, and guess what? And then it's going to devalue, and then now you're upside down, and now you're fucked, and then you're rolling that fucking debt into something else, and it just consumes you.
Like already with a 30-year mortgage is a lot. You know what I mean? Like if I buy a house now, I'm 46. Like I would have to live to 76 to see that house paid off, right?
Yeah.
And you take your average 30-year-old, your 30-year-old with a 50-year mortgage may not live to see. So no longer are we buying anything or are we doing anything to pass on to our kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's the kids that are the ones that are being, because they don't have another option. Because right now, like kids they can't buy house. They can't afford a house, dude. Like you buy a $400,000 house at 7% interest, your monthly payment's $3,000 a month.
He hooked me with the SWCC idea and then brought him on for the fucking finance, bro. He sweet dicked me.
Honey dick. Yeah. Honey pot. Yeah.
He's all, I'll tell you a little bit about what you want to know, but I'm going to tell you what you need to know.
Segue my way into
I see what you did there, but I like it.
Yeah.
I fucking like it. Yeah, dude, a fucking 50-year fucking mortgage, man. That blows my mind right now.
Think about it. Even if you're 20 years old and you take out a 50-year mortgage, you're 70.
Yeah. No, dude. I mean, but that's
and most people buy like a starter home. You know what I mean? And then they may trade up based upon the needs of their family, and
that's what I didn't. Crazy. That's what I thought I was doing at the time. But then I had a really good real estate agent that looked into my situation, and she was like, Don't buy a starter right now. Like the market is fantastic. Please sell. Like just go above your means. And then I bought this house, and I was like, all right, yeah. But like looking back, I wish I would have bought a little bit bigger, and I would have been like on the top ramen diet.
Yeah, but that's the other thing too. It's like that mentality that's kind of that we see with like like I need more, I need bigger, I need.
Yeah, but I don't need much more than this.
No, why do you? Like that's the other thing. It's like
this is why I want to buy land and put a yurt on it.
Back to the fucking yurt again, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, live within your means first of all. But I mean, I can see the 50-year mortgage too, like working to the benefit some way too as well, because like the way inflation is going, you could almost benefit off of a 50-year mortgage, depending on like how.
Yeah, if your plan is to sell it off.
Yeah, so like if you buy a 50-year mortgage, you know, like so say you have like a house, you buy a $500,000 house, 50-year mortgage, but inflation the way it's going, you know, you're still paying that $500,000 loan. That principal is still $500,000, even though like the dollar's like not worth as much to them, like when you're paying it back. So like you can, you know what I mean?
So I was still build some equity in however long you
can double down on the payment, you know, depending on inflation.
So I was actually looking at moving up to Utah to St. George when I first got on with my new job, and there was a position up there, and I was like, all right, cool, like let me go fucking start, you know. And they told me like, yeah, if you want to work up there, like there's a strip of Arizona up there, like of highway that's unmanned that needs to be manned, or should I say, like they only have a few people up there, but they were like, hey, you need, you know, if you want to go up there, it's perfectly doable. And so then I jumped the gun and I went out there just looking for houses, and I found like this huge house, like about the size of my house right now, but it had like an RV garage to like end all RV garages. Like it was like 25, 30 wide, and then it was like 85, almost 95 length, and like fucking gorgeous. Like it was all garage and just a little house. And like I looked at the price, and they were looking at maybe, I think it was like $850 for the house. And I was like, okay, well at the time my house was rated at $725 here. And so I was like, all right, I'll pull 500,000 out, and I'll put 500,000 down over there, like, and roll the equity in there. And then they're like, well, you're gonna have to pay capital gains because you're single. And I'm like, oh fuck. And I was like, okay. So I started doing the math, and I was like, okay, so I'll pay the capital gains, and then I'll invest 4. And then after everything's all said and done, let's say 350 of it is going to be paid to the house, and then I'm going to offset it. So I'll have a $500,000 house at a 9% interest rate. Okay, this is what the fucking crazy thing was. I was going to pay $800,000 in fucking interest over the course of a 30-year loan.
Holy shit.
And that's where I was just like, my buddy was like, oh, dude, you should do that. And I was like, fuck no.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not. And I'm just going to be adding to the fucking issue if I fucking pull this right now. I'm like, no, hell no. And I respectfully bowed out, and like I ended up staying out here. And I was like, I'll stay with my medium-sized house, and this is more than I fucking need. And guess what? I can put a carport on the side of the house, like whatever, if I want to be at an RV, like no big deal.
Yeah, the interest is what really like
that gets you. Like fuck, like how are people just looking at it and say like, yeah, I'll just pay double the fucking price?
Because they don't understand how it works. They don't understand. They're just like.
It's simple math.
FOMO.
It's simple fucking math. Like it's ones and twos. Like,
but it's FOMO too.
I watched a lot of people that actually like here at Fort Campbell that actually they bought houses when they PCS'd here, and then like even before it was time for them to PCS out, they saw that the market was like increasing value on the home so much that they sold their house and moved into a rental just to cash out. And I'm like, dude, like you know what interest rates are going to be when you go to buy another home? Like that was dumb.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they're not getting better. But yeah, it's just an absolute catastrophe, and no one's buying the treasuries anymore, and the dollar bill is just getting, you know, and just this year alone, the dollar bill's lost 10% value, like as far as like CPI, like consumer price index goes. You know, it's less and less and less, you know, it doesn't go as far.
And yet we're sitting here fucking giving millions and trillions of dollars and sending it overseas to fucking things that we shouldn't be funding.
Yep. Yeah.
Devaluing our fucking dollar every time because we just keep pumping out more money or just printing more bills.
There's a lot of things that tie into it, and but the bottom line is that they're preying on like the ignorance of the American people, you know, and
well, yeah, I mean they're feeding us, you know, lies from the fucking table.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. Like you gotta look at everything like through like some kind of lens, you know, just I don't know, just
bro, you're fucking looking through 2020 right now, brother.
Yeah, when things don't make sense, you know, like when things don't make sense to me, I just like go. Well,
I hate feeling like that.
I want to know why. Like,
I hate feeling like something like I don't understand something.
I want to know why when no one's working and why housing is going up. How are people like what?
I got to be honest, Ryan. I'm probably one of those people that just didn't fucking realize what's going on because I'm in my own little world.
Yeah, we got a lot of other stuff going on, but like you keep people in a position of debt, you know, which or like
carrot. Yeah, horse and carrot.
Yep. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's bad, especially like AI thing. Like these bubbles they're all over the place. Housing, real estate, auto, commercial real estate, just in the stock market itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be like some kind of like reckoning.
So I think I'm a lot like Sal in the fact that I try to stay away from the news as much as possible. Now I still catch stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, I fucking live under a rock, bro.
But like what are you white? Like, I guess it's not C-SPAN. What's the what media outlet do you use to keep up with like what's going on in finance in the world besides your subscription?
I don't. I'll watch like the business channels and stuff. I don't take anything they say. Twitter or X is really actually good.
Really?
Yeah, because like I think that Elon, kind of like bit him in the ass. Like, the power of the internet is just like they can't stop all the flows of information from each other. But like if you find like especially on X,
Yeah.
there's a ton of different people and communities that like they all work together and they share this information amongst each other.
Yeah.
Like they find things, they find filings, they find like delinquencies. They just go, hey, look at this. What's this going on? Like look what this company's doing. Like then like these guys, like this is how I learned about this AI bubble. It's like there's guys on there that have gone through like all the filings, for every transaction these guys are doing, and then they go through like this is what they do for a living, and they break it down, and then they just like graphs they put it in, and they cite all their sources, and then they'll make like YouTube videos. I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of avenues that you can go down to find this information. You just gotta.
Is Reddit a good one?
It depends on which subreddit you go onto. Yeah, like I like the one. It's called the RE bubble, the real estate bubble, where people from all over the country just like post different like, inadequacies like in all different sorts of real estate areas, like all around the world, just different markets. They go, hey, look at this is what's going on with this bubble. Like this is cooling off. Like this is going on. This is what's going on here. Like, this is where prices are. This is where interest rates are. This is what this hedge fund's doing. Like,
so although we're in like a very toxic situation right now, it's probably never been better for information.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're in a tough spot for sure, but the information is accessible.
It's there.
It's really highly accessible because of social media.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just got to be able to like learn how to sift through it too. And don't be.
You mean not everything on the internet is true?
Yeah.
There's some truth to like even some but bear and bull markets.
Yeah.
Bear thesis, bull thesis. Like some people have like a bear thesis on something, and I'll look at it like even though I'm bullish on that same thing, I look at their bear thesis and I go, yeah, that's reasonable, but it's not enough for me. I guess, based off what I know and what I've seen. And
I wrote down bear and bull thesis because I'm going to Google that shit later.
It's what's bullshit and what's legit.
Yeah, like a Koblisi report on X. They're really good. The Peruvian Bull, Kevin Malone. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are like actually actively fighting against this kind of thing because they have been there. These guys are market participants, like big time. This is what they do for a living. And they have been on the, they've just been getting the dick on this. Like, they're fighting against the establishments.
Brian, I think we found your new avenue.
What's that?
You were looking for purpose.
Yeah, dude, it would take me years to finally get to a point where I understand like what Kyle does here.
We got to start somewhere,
right? And you have to start.
That's the thing. It's like you can't. Then you start to get into this and just get overwhelmed. Like,
so what's a safe? Okay, like what's a safe amount of money that you should be playing with? Like if you're initially going to start into something like this.
Don't overextend yourself, I guess.
Right. But like, where you're just like, look, you're gonna learn this, you're gonna learn the process, and you might take a couple hits, and you might screw yourself over just a little bit. But what would, like, are you investing like $1,000 or $500 or $100?
I don't think you have to spend any money. You just don't have to spend. It's like you can just say, I want to buy this company, or I want to buy into this stock or into this, whatever it is. research that thing. Don't put any money into it. Just find something that's like interesting to you or something that you might like.
Yeah, like maybe. I like medical shit, right? Like I look towards that, and I'm like, okay, if there's going to be a savior for anything, and dude, we're always going to need medical, right? Like,
yeah.
It's. Do I believe that they have the cure for cancer? Absolutely.
Sure.
But do I think that they want to cure it? Fuck no.
Or even medical instrument companies.
Instruments. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, what is the latest?
I was about to say, be careful going against anything that big pharma is in competition with.
Invest in pharma. I mean, just pay
just bugging me. Sorry.
Yeah, just I don't know. Just you don't have to put any money in. Just do enough research on a company that you like. Then you will be able to make a decision for yourself. Like, oh, I'm comfortable putting this much in, or not.
It's whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, it's your risk reward ratio. Like your
like I have like
your tolerance.
Like I've always had like this thing in my head that my dad told me was like, don't spend $1 if you don't have like 3 to back it, you know. Mm-hmm. And that's just always been my mantra when it comes to things, you know. It's like I'm not going to go spend this if I don't have that. And because I can afford to lose this in a gamble, I'm not going to sit there and just over yield myself, you know.
Yeah, you can't over
leverage.
Yeah, you can't over leverage yourself, and that's when people ask me to do like that same question, and I just go, look, my risk reward tolerance is going to be different than yours, so I will tell you like this company that I like. I will tell you why I like it. We can talk about that. I will give you like the information I know, and then you can make that decision for yourself. And that's, I think, what people need to get away from is like, they need to be able to figure out that for themselves. And then if we could all do that, like we could just do it ourselves, and you wouldn't have this much fraud and manipulation.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
so instead of going to a guy and just everybody trusting their guy and their guy is not.
Right. So it's like you take your money down to like Fidelity and how's my my fund doing? And he's like, it's really good. Look, see,
great.
It's doing great. Look at I've put you in the S&P 500, and the S&P 500 is up 70%. Like, that's awesome. But then you go, why is the S&P 500 up 75% though? I mean,
pull it up. Hurry up.
Yeah, they're full of shit.
Yeah,
they're just fuck. I mean, so like in the derivatives market.
My mind is blown.
Yeah, derivative. So I'll leave you with this last one. Like derivatives market, there is over $4 quadrillion in potential liquidity floating inside the derivatives market. So if everyone with open contracts in the derivatives market closed them right this second, like that would be they'd have to come up with like $4 quadrillion worth of liquidity.
Oh shit.
How many zeros is in a quadrillion?
I don't even know.
I like that you're honest about that.
Yeah.
We're like, I can't math that hard right now.
I don't know. I just know it's too much.
I'm a fucking dumb, guys, if you guys haven't already figured it out. But definitely this has been inspiring, and I needed this. I don't know if anybody else is watching this right now, like our 44, was it 44 followers?
Something like that, yeah.
But you might have just affected the shit out of some people today.
Well, I hope so, because I'm sick of paying, $10 for a carton of eggs,
Oh, I know. But you live on a farm, man.
Yeah.
You got your own chickens yet or no?
No, my neighbor does. I go through her.
So you're my finance guy, but you got yourself an egg lady.
Yeah, do your own finances and grow your own food.
Oh man.
But more importantly, try to do your own finances.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
So you ended up coming. So back to kind of the interview of you getting past the little finances and stuff, but I appreciate it. After you got out and you're into the financing and stuff, like what's now? Like, what are you doing now?
I run heavy equipment for.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just supplement income. I like doing it. It's fun. Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's all right.
Here in Lake Havasu?
Yep.
And then
local company, River City Grading.
Okay. What kind of work do you guys do there?
Yeah, we do like for RV pads, backfills on like big walls. We dig pools.
Oh yeah.
We're about to do a big launch ramp for the fire department out in Parker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, that's awesome. So you're playing in the market, but you still have a steady flow of income.
Yeah, I don't really like play in the market. I just
dabble.
Invest. No, I invest. I just invest. I put my money into companies that I like that I'm gonna get like a return from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I invest. Long-term investing, and that's it.
So what's your long-term, speaking of long-term investments, what's your long-term goal ultimately?
To retire.
Yeah. And then what? Horseback ride all day?
I don't know. I'll figure it out. Figure it out when I get there. But that's all I know is I don't want to be working for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Dude, I'll tell you, this has just been a mind-blowing episode because we started off with talking about he's just this Montana.
I told you, he
boy.
fucking
He's a sweet guy in the Navy, his deployments, and then we go in. We had like a hour and a half conversation about the derivative markets and a bunch of shit.
I love it.
I
love it.
Yeah,
like,
we're probably getting a little...
But looking at him, like he's a dude's dude. Like he's wearing a hoodie. His sunglasses are flipped upside down.
He's very humble. Like this dude's a fucking beast. Like I've seen him in the gym, and he's just.
And I see that hair coming out the back of that hat. That shit looks good.
A little ducktail.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah. I'm just a regular fucking dude.
That's awesome, man.
They got your eyes opened up. Yeah, the blinders are off. A regular dude with his blinders off.
Yeah. Just, maybe suggest doing some mushrooms sometime. Just expand your mind.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, when I was a kid, but I'm just,
that's the whole thing right now.
Just expand your train. Just try to look outside of that narrow view.
I've heard of this recently, actually. When I was on the Road Warrior trip last, there was somebody talking about like, hey, yeah, you should try mushrooms. Mushrooms will definitely open up your. And they talked about it more of like just getting through dealing with some traumas and so on and so forth. But it definitely open up your lenses. And I was like, maybe.
I can't do any of that until I retire, or until I fucking.
There's a documentary on Netflix, right? Just came out about the team guys actually that they were having like a lot of struggles when they got out.
Yeah,
it was like this psychedelic psychotherapy.
Yeah,
they go down to Mexico and.
Yeah, like South America, right, or something like that. Like
somewhere down Latin America, but I guess it's really beneficial. I think.
I don't know about going down to Mexico, guys. Like that's where my
it's on
gene,
Netflix. You should.
That's where my gene pool originated from, but I steer away from that fucking place. So.
From Tijuana, so.
No, further south of the border. No, man, I won't go into that. Guys, I won't go into that country. Like I have family there. I love you guys. I wish I could do more for you, but I won't be going down there at all.
Yeah, I've never been.
No, it's you've been out here, you've been out there. You're fine. You're not missing.
I know.
You're not missing much.
Yeah,
but that's an interesting topic right there, Ryan. That's something that maybe we can get somebody on board. So if you ever do mushrooms, then definitely come back and let us know.
I'll come back while I'm on mushrooms.
No, please don't.
And I'll just drink these in the background.
Doesn't like Joe Rogan, doesn't he microdose or something before he does his podcast?
Probably.
I don't know how. I don't have a filter. But like I'm having a beer with Kyle right now because I respect him enough to drink with the man. And but if I was on like psychedelics, well, there's just no end to what I'd probably say on here.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I don't know.
You might like it.
Oh, that's another thing too. Like I don't do anything without doing everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I am.
Just like this podcast started. Like it started with something so small and then just it's turning into something big, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see, huh, Ryan?
We hope.
I hope. I believe in my followers, and I believe that you guys have the ability to make this happen, to make our reach further than we could imagine.
You guys hold the key to our future.
I think so.
Yeah. Just don't fucking lie to people. Just be real.
Right?
People are sick of that.
So what was your take on me when you first met me then?
You?
Yeah.
I thought you were kind of a dick. But yeah, it's just my biased opinion. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I get that. People probably think that about me all the fucking time.
I have like a resting bitch face though.
Yeah, so do I. But fuck it, who cares?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit what people think?
And then what did it turn into though? Like what? Like
I was like, this guy is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like driven. And then when I talked to you about the diesel stuff,
yeah,
I didn't have to sit there and talk to you the whole. You're just like, I told you, and then you did it, and it's like, all right,
yeah,
he gets it.
Yeah,
like,
so
bro, are those 3-inch shorts? Mine are 3-inch shorts.
They're
4-inch inseam, actually.
Inseam, yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, I thought, you're hard to read at first. You're very stoic.
I do that on purpose.
And you're very to yourself. I think the there's a saying that the most quiet guy in the room is the smartest man in the room. And I think I hit the nail on the head on that one with Kyle here. Like,
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
You tell my girlfriend. Tell my girlfriend that.
well, she's still with
Is she
you.
gonna
so
watch the podcast?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
once you get into finances, she's gonna be like, I'm turning this shit off.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
She's like, I thought you were gonna
babe, look at that.
I thought you were talking about your feelings.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not that kind of podcast.
Yeah. Like, babe, you don't believe what they did today. And she's like, oh, okay.
He's like, I suckered these guys in today.
I mean, even when I'm watching the news or I see something, I'm like, she's just like, I don't give a shit.
She's all, just keep making that money.
Like, you should give a shit. Everyone should.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I think that's the way I am about certain things about upbringing and families and stuff with kids. I think that's my niche in this world is what you see the problems with in like the market and financing and just what's keeping us stable is what I see in society and people. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Look at everything through like some kind of lens of skepticism, at least.
Yeah.
You know, just to an extent, and that helps.
Absolutely.
So, but
what do you say, Ryan?
No, I think it's been a great episode. Actually, my mind is blown, and yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because I haven't even I've told you almost nothing.
That's the tip of the iceberg. Huh?
I'm not exaggerating.
Oh shit!
I almost don't want to know all the knowledge.
You can have me back on one time. You can have me back on some other time.
Once we've been
I'll break it down a little I can break. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a whiteboard for you so that you can do this on a whiteboard.
Give me like one of those boards with like the strings, the red strings.
Yeah, dude, we should do that. That'd be awesome.
That's
like a 4-hour episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Break it down into like subtopics, and we'll give you a whiteboard. Just record it all day.
And we'll
Dude, look at my phone.
We'll paint the walls, man.
I can do that. I can go, let's talk about this today. I can talk about two things, and I'll talk to you about the like two financial instruments for fraud that they use, and I can talk to you about those two for hours. And I have dozens.
So what calms you down after knowing all this stuff?
Psychedelics.
Psychedelics?
No. I don't.
Medical grade.
I think I'm calm already. I don't know.
Yeah, you are pretty calm.
I wouldn't say that like I'm calm like in demeanor, but I'm inside. I'm just like screaming.
Yeah, like wake up, everyone, wake up.
Yeah, like everyone's like wake up to that. It's like no, this is the most important thing out of everything, out of geopolitics, out of money, finance is the root and the key to freedom. And it is more important than, like in my opinion, everything, because you can't do anything without money or finance unless you want to live off the grid. But even if you do, like you have to have
a connection,
currency, like money.
Yeah.
You have to. It's you can't not. And I think that people, if you don't appreciate that, I don't understand. It's hard for me to conceptualize that because
I'm starting to think that these bums are fucking right, Ryan. Bums on the street are fucking. They probably figured it out. And they're like, fuck.
It's your whole world. It's your whole world, and to just be so dismissive of it is just baffling to me. I don't understand it. I understand like
I don't think I've ever had such clarity about anything in my life, Ryan, that this man has on what he knows. You know,
it's complicated.
Clarity and also a lack thereof. Now I'm like, good Lord, what else do I not know?
I know. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to sleep tonight, but
I felt really good about myself until we started this episode. So thanks, Kyle. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, there's going to be winners and losers, and it's not too late, you know.
But I mean, like
this next crash that'll inevitably happen. There will be winners and losers, and they'll, you know, the inequality keeps getting bigger and bigger, like that separation from the rich, the haves and have-nots.
Yeah. I think the middle class we're losing it. It's gone.
Yeah, and it's going to be completely gone when your retirements are gone, and they have to keep working. But like the people that saw this and like actually invested in the assets, those are the people that are going to be okay, that are going to get through this.
Yeah,
but that's not going to be very many of them.
Fuck. I'm gonna pay off my house as fast as I can, Ryan. Somebody want to buy a Hellcat?
Dude. We'll throw it in the link down here, South.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure we can.
It's a mint condition. It's only got 14,000 miles on it.
Yeah. It's a nice looking SRT.
Yeah, you know.
But I mean, that is an asset, though. I mean, you're just looking to turn it into a.
It is
cash.
an asset. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow, and I'll honestly,
It will appreciate in value.
I'll sell it when it yields.
Well, as long as you have debt on something, though, it's a liability. Until it's paid off, then it's an asset.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I rolled, bro. I'm that fucking paperclip kid, you know, paperclip to a pen, pen to a fucking, you know, a bicycle or like a scooter or something like that, and then a scooter to a fucking, you know, like a drone, and then before you know it, you just kind of creating like this massive ball of snow that just keeps rolling bigger and bigger, and then that's honestly what I ended up doing all my life, and the people are just kind of baffled. They're like, how do you afford things like that? I'm like, oh, dude, I started with a fucking small little
People
thing.
do that same thing too, but they do it with debt. They just keep rolling into debt.
Oh no.
Like, it's okay. Like, this is what we do. Like, well, it shouldn't be what you do.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I look
That's
at.
why I like my yurt plan, bro. I'm just saying.
I like it too.
I look at vehicles like that. Like, I buy low, sell high, and then whatever yields like 10 grand, 5 grand, or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. I can see that I can put this back into something else, and then kind of just keep rolling. It's kind of slow, you know. But I mean, like, I usually pick things that are sought after. But you do the same thing with like finances, you know.
No, with tech, like with stocks, I really like, especially like now I go for the things like that everyone is like the institutions. I look at the ones that they say not to get involved with.
Oh, really?
And I go, why? Why are you saying that?
Really?
And like more often than not, it turns out like there's a reason.
There's a hidden gem.
Yeah, like I mean, you're talking about, like, let's say the chip stocks, like NVIDIA and all these guys. Like, have you ever heard of TSMC?
No.
Okay. Yeah, they don't talk about it, and it's like, this is the biggest and most, like, they have the fastest, smallest, most efficient computing chips in the world. TSMC is pretty much the reason, like, there is geopolitical conflict between China and the United States, because it's a Taiwan company. They're building 2 massive production facilities here in Arizona. They're almost done.
No shit.
The stock, I started buying into that stock 2.5 years ago when it was at like $80. It's already up to, it's like $350 per share right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it's the only one it's not a part of this bubble scheme, this circular financing scheme. And it's but no one talks about it. Yeah. And then, like, it's like with GameStop, they go, this is bad, don't buy this. And I go, well, why?
Fuck, Ryan. Got to move to Arizona, bro.
Question. Yeah, just don't believe everything here. Do your own research.
Got that crazy look in your eye right now, Kyle. I like it though.
Yeah, fucking gets me fired up, dude. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It affects us all. So,
right.
But anyway, I digress.
Oh, well, we appreciate you being on today. It's been a very, very enlightening episode. We'd like to have you on here further at a later date, you know. Ryan, when Ryan feels like feeling shitty about himself a little bit more.
Yeah. I want to feel like more of a loser. Except next time I'm gonna do my homework. I'm gonna spend next time we're gonna schedule you. We're gonna put you on the calendar, and I'm actually gonna prepare. I'm gonna look at.
Let's fucking do it, dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the sheets. I'm gonna do this Webull subscription.
Hell yeah.
Simply Wall Street. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll just make some talking points. We'll do. Yeah.
This is going to be Kyle's podcast.
Like my segment.
Kyle just took over our podcast.
We just went from bullshitting to fucking finances. I love it. Well, Ryan, do your thing, Ryan.
Yeah, I will close us out. Kyle, thank you. You have been an awesome guest here. You are welcome to come join us anytime. We appreciate you being on the channel. It has been a pleasure. Guys, thank you for tuning in, all of you that tuned in today, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. And as always, please like, follow, and subscribe. Help us grow the channel, and we love you, fam.
Hit the link.
Hit it.